But at least Miller will get a little bit of love. Everyone loves seeing Miller on stream. And we're not even ripping it raw. Or we are ripping it raw. We're not even going in with the little stream starting thing. We're just going... So say hello, because everyone is straight off the cuff. Everyone is on. It's just easier to do it that way. Oh, that's the live chat. We're live now, so you guys are good.
People, how's it going?
All right, everybody. I'm putting it. I'm talking to not you guys in the chat. Well, you guys, yes, in the chat, but not the chat in the Discord chat. The actual people in the stream chat. Let me do my spiel, and then we can start bickering with one another over who's the best leader or not. So, I got over here with me in chat. Hello, everybody. We got 99 Orga, Pans, Frostbite. I can't even see the logo for Goku, but Goku, I know who you are. Shishimoyo. Fucking Christ. Hey, Jaden and Chev. But I got everyone is here. You guys are pretty high ranked this season, right? Jaden, you're what, like in the 1000th place? Something low like that. And then,
Listen, I would not take this right now, bruh. Taking away from my precious grinding time.
In the top 10.
Hey, I'm
so
basically doing it, so you know.
He's distracted. Shishimoyo, how do you say your name?
Okay, it's literally Shy Shimo. So like,
okay, Shishimo.
Thanks.
Shy Shimo.
There we go. We're gonna number one Shimo Glazer.
Oh, when Barragon tells me it's Shy Shimo, so I call it Shy Shimo.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's literally Shy and then Shimo.
So basically, what we got for you guys in chat over here is I got some top players over here. At least I think they're some of the top players. I think they think that too. And we're just gonna glaze for the next 2.5 hours every single leader in this game, and whether they're good or bad. I'm using the tier list from the other night, so it has all the other monsters on it, but we're not talking about them. I have all the leaders organized. I think I got every leader in the game. I think I did it off memory. I think I have everybody. I don't think I'm missing.
Well, if you're using
the
tier list from the other day, then you got all of them already.
Well, I didn't, not that I don't have them on the tier list, just that I had organized them so I had everybody.
Yeah, I see it. I'm watching your stream just to see all the leaders. It looks like everything's there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out if you miss
Everything's there, yeah.
Excellent. So, I guess to start... What?
You were wondering who the Goku icon, that's Lane VX.
That's what I thought. I never remember anyone's icons with Lane. I figured.
Lane, you scared me the other day, bro, with that G24, man. Not gonna lie.
You're welcome. I love it.
The big G24. All right. He's getting impatient. He really wants to gas up Battra.
Yeah.
Who was first? So the last time we did one of these tier lists, I read off the ability of the leaders as we went through it. So I guess I'll just do it again this time around. So Battra. The ability, for those of you in here who don't remember what it's called, is Prism Beam. It costs 1, has a 90-second cooldown. It deals X amount of damage 3 times in a straight line. It increases the movement speed of allied aerial units on the battlefield by 50% for 15 seconds.
You can rush
Thoughts?
With Gals. You can rush with Gals, like, put Gals out at 50% speed. Boom.
I think Battra is overall just better as a unit paired with Rodan, because like you mentioned, Gauss works pretty well.
It's a horrible leader. It's horrible. It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's not great.
I see a lot of people use the ability to like get a snipe off, but like
it used to kill Mothra, the little Mothra larva. It used to kill that, right?
My Mothra
now it doesn't. Now it doesn't. So it's so bad.
I'd say even with sniping, there are other leaders that do the sniping ability better, which we'll get into later.
It's a one cost though. That's cool. I like that it's cheap, but other than that, it's not really necessary.
I mean, maybe if they had like a 30-second cooldown, you could like spam it, sure, but I don't think it's worth it. Even
but the thing is, they'd have to decrease the range on it because they'd just be spamming the leader all game.
Yeah.
As it is.
I mean,
it's just
they got mocked
really
for that.
bad, right?
With it,
And even then, the meta's not really air focused right now, and like, why would you want your fastest units to go flying across the battlefield right now and just get obliterated by G24? So,
I think that's probably the best argument against Battra is the flyers are not super important right now. So why even use Battra as a leader?
Even during the peak of the flyer unit, the flyer meta, Battra leader wasn't being used.
I mean, he was in the meta though, so as a unit at least.
As a unit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So
better
long
unit.
to the game, Battra has not been a great leader.
It's
Brahma has a
bad-
really good
bad
question
leader.
right here. Shout out Brahma. Brahma is asking, what is the lowest cooldown that we could probably get for Battra using the special cards?
I feel like 45.
70 seconds, 65 seconds. I don't know.
I mean, how
65
much
seconds
damage
to
does
do
it do at
something.
like 20?
I have no idea.
Another thing we have to focus though on the leaders is actually their cards, like the red, how much red do they
That's
have, how much
true.
green do they
That's
have, because that's
that's
important.
true. We should probably bring those up because we haven't really talked about any of that.
I mean,
Battra's
it's
two
in
reds.
it.
I think the blue cards are the
Bat-
worst cards.
The
But
blue
then you'd have-
set is
you'd
the
be
worst
using-
right now. Battra is 2 red, a blue, and a yellow.
But you'd be using Battra leader. Like, think about it. You're now.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
using
you're
Battra. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's
horrible.
stupid. It's stupid. You're gonna lose.
It's a
Like
leader.
it's
It's a
easy
bad
win.
leader.
It's a free win. It's every time I see Battra leader, I know I'm gonna win. It's
Well,
sad.
Scarlet
It's
Ghidorah.
true.
I mean, it's usually an AI.
So I mean,
Be a Battra leader.
is this a tier list? Where are we putting Battra? F, D?
Yeah, we're gonna have to put Battra in somewhere real bad right now.
As a leader,
Wasted-
D,
wasted.
absolutely.
Absolutely D tier.
Battra leader D tier. Excellent. I love the enthusiasm. I'm just trying to raise the music real quick so I don't have dead air. But also so I don't get demonetized, I have to make it not
Is his
royalty
range
music.
just like the default leader range?
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Batra's
Yeah,
leader
it's like-
range
it's
is
default.
70 default range.
Yeah.
I was about to say, bro,
So bad.
that's terrible.
So bad. It's so bad. Like,
Biollante?
how did we spend this much time talking about this leader?
I don't know.
You're right.
Special boy.
So, all right, so we'll move on.
Talk about
Biollante as a leader, the
Yes.
goat, of course. Yeah. All right. Well, let me read the damn ability first. Let me... all right. Biollante Acid Slap. Energy cost is 1. Cooldown is 60 seconds. It used to be 30, which I think was ludicrous.
We all played it.
Everyone used it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
deals X amount of damage in a straight line and increases the movement speed of allied ground units in water by 300% and increases damage dealt to allied units with range 60 or more by 20% for 30 seconds on the battlefield. Thoughts?
Wow.
It's a good unit. That ability is really good, but leader. Oh, I mean, it's very specific strategy. You're gonna.
Oh,
be-
and she is red card, 2 blue, and a yellow.
All right, red card, 2 blue and a yellow. I mean,
So you have 2 useless slots and red and
got
yellow.
useless
Red and yellow.
I think.
Isn't
I
the
think most-
Biollante specific card a green card too? She can't even use
I
that
think
one.
when
Why'd you-
That's
when
crazy,
You use
you're right.
Bio
Yeah,
leader,
right.
everyone kind of knows what strategy you're going for, so it can catch
Yeah.
some people out. But those who aren't ready for it, yeah, it can
That's-
turn the tide really quickly.
That's a really.
Hey,
good
but can
point.
we all agree that wave dashing girth down the battlefield is always hilarious, no matter which leader's doing it?
Throwing Earth down the water is always a viable option.
It's sexy.
No.
Ain't gonna lie.
No, I think
It goes hard.
Biollante's
Would
great
it be,
unit.
I think if Bio still had the leader abilities from before she was nerfed, like the 45-second
Yeah, when she was
Cooldown.
plus,
for the yeah, she would be like top of S plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but now it's probably like I don't know, like A at least because the ability is unique. It does a lot for one. It's got the short cooldown. It's got the long lasting. Like, I mean, it's if you, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying,
You have
It's
good, like,
viable.
tailor your
It's
deck.
viable.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
need to
and
be
it's
on. You don't
very
need to be on
easy
London
to
to use it.
follow.
You don't need to be on London to
Yeah,
use it. You
exactly.
can use it on
Even-
anywhere. You get that
Island.
damage boost.
Skull Island, those two
Yeah.
lanes of water on Skull, Kong Island, Skull Island. What do you
Mhm.
call
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I don't know.
Skull
Yeah,
Island.
Skull
Jeez,
Island.
man. Gigan
Monkey,
04 on that.
Monkey Land.
That's good. Monkey Land. That's good there.
Oh yeah.
Bio
Yeah, she
Monkey
goes
Land.
crazy on Skull
I think-
Island.
I think Bio's regular attack too, just the fact that it's a massive AOE that hits everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
decent.
regular
Huge
bio
race.
attack is crazy. Actually,
Huge.
it's so strong.
Huge.
It's
And
funny
even
how
on
it's
Hollow
very
Earth.
slow though.
Yeah, even on Hollow Earth, she
It
kind of
is-
locks down the middle with her acid spray. So,
Yeah, and it is. I mean, the attack speed on her is 2.8 seconds, but you get a full 360 AOE. I don't think there's any other leader in the game that has a full 360 AOE. It's not even AOE, but just a full 360 defense of themselves as a
Yeah.
leader. I don't think there is
Yeah.
one.
It's not
I
bad.
think
I'm like,
I think it's a S tier. I think it's a S tier.
I'd say
Yeah.
A. I'd say more like A. I don't know. Like
I would say
mean,
high A only because
Well, I would
A,
only
low
say
S.
Bottom
S
S,
because-
bottom S.
I would say
Yeah.
S because of
Yeah.
the cheap cost and how much stuff that it does, and it's a
I-
short cooldown. You just keep spamming it.
I like
Also
it.
true. Also
Mhm.
true. We could do that. So what do we decide on S?
I say
Yeah,
low
low.
S.
bottom.
Like,
Low
yeah,
S. We'll keep her in the low S. Now,
There you
I'm thinking, do I want to remove some of these tiers around to make it short? We'll just leave it like this for now. I'm not really too pressed about it. I should have done that beforehand. Next is Desghidorah. Desghidorah is a leader. Was maybe the most disappointing season of Battle Line,
man.
but the leader is actually, I don't think, bad. So the move is Strong, Violent, Advancing, Thunderquake. It's the best leader name that we have in the game, by the way. It's hilarious. It's insanely long. Energy cost is 1, the cooldown is 100 seconds, deals burn and X amount of damage in a fan shape, and doubles its own recovery rate, which is the energy gain for 5 seconds, and the burning deals 70 damage to all afflicted units every second for 8 seconds, so 70 times 8, and he is 2 blue, 2 yellow as the cards.
So just 2
Or for
yellow.
the cards.
So
Yeah, so just 2 yellow.
Yeah, just 2 yellow. Yeah.
I mean, the energy gain, it's different than a. So, it's a burst, right?
Mhm.
It's a,
Use
yeah.
that to just build up a little push, and it can do some damage.
I think that Desghidorah is probably in the A tier because they're flying, so they can, Battra had it too. Any of the flying leaders are immune to like the Kamacuras. They're not really getting used too much these days, but it's still something. And
It's still fun to catch like newer players out on it.
yeah, because they won't know. And then
the flying units don't quite get affected by freeze like the grounded leaders do as well.
and trains, they'll take half of
And
trains.
Yep.
Does piercing damage.
Yep,
And
the
the-
piercing
yeah, that's
damage
the
as well in a
pierce.
straight line is fantastic.
Crazy, insane Pierce. I think that Pierce hits Super X, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Pierce hits.
Does
Super
it?
X. Pretty sure it does.
Wow.
It
The
won't target Super X, but
Yeah,
it
he
has-
won't target Super X, but it will
won't
hit it. The
target
reach
it'll
is
hit it.
70
I'm
on.
having PTSD on this freaking. Dude, seriously, that freaking Pierce, it hits Super X. So Super X is like at 100 range, right? So that Pierce.
100
Yeah.
20, I
100
think.
Yeah, that
110?
Pierce covers-
No,
that
Zeton's
Pierce-
110.
That Pierce covers half the freaking map. So I mean, it's pretty good.
It's
Yeah, especially on Hollow Earth is kind of
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, damn.
Yo, shout out to Owen Baragon in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Owen Baragon?
Oh,
Yeah, Super X reaches 120. You're right.
yeah. So that and Desghidorah does hit Super X. Doesn't target it, but that the Pierce hits it, and
Yeah,
that's huge.
We don't see that many Super X's though right now.
I've
We
seen a
don't.
few.
It is huge.
But just saying, it reaches that far,
Even-
on top of the leader ability, which is pretty goated.
Oh,
Getting
yeah.
that extra
Even if
energy.
it's not hitting the Super X's, it's gonna hit stuff like the Chibis. It'll hit like Ultima. It's not gonna
Everything
target
behind it.
them, but it
Yeah.
will hit them if they
Yeah,
are
it'll
in
hit them.
line for it.
Exactly. It'll
Mhm.
hit everything long range because nothing's got more range than Super X. It'll hit everything behind it, and that leader ability, which is really why you want to use them, is what it's about. Because getting that extra energy, that's what it's about.
I'd
Yeah.
say he's borderline A and S, but like, so we'll see.
I think
what-
maybe
we'll
top of S. Once we see how the rest of it shakes up,
Yeah.
we can always go
Yeah.
back and
That's
maybe
yours.
restructure.
That's fair.
Really good because of the ability and the range.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Now, I think this is probably our first contender for maybe S plus, and
Right,
it's Destoroyah.
Kill me.
Oh yeah.
Kill me.
It
now.
is the regular Destoroyah.
Hey, S plus, absolutely S plus.
S plus
So-
is purely
Yeah.
on the
I won't
ability.
even read the ability yet, but we'll throw him in S plus.
Yeah.
The ability
Bro,
is the variable
like-
slicer. Energy cost is 3. The cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage 2 times in a rectangular area and increases damage dealt of allied units with range less than 40. So that's the close range units by 30% for 15 seconds on the battlefield. And the cards are 2 red, blue, and yellow. So basically 2 red and a yellow.
Yeah.
And it
This
kills
is this is an amazing leader. Amazing leader.
With the resurgence of swarms, I think that is huge for Destroyer leader. As
Especially
well.
for
Just-
like the Hollow Earth map, that variable slicer just immediately shuts down any push, which
Yep.
it
Also
already, it already
boosts
did pre-Hollow.
Kong and Gigan
Yep.
4, 2 of the best units in the game, just straight up.
Oh yeah.
I think I said this maybe 2 years ago at this point, almost 2 years ago at this point, whenever Destroyer released, because I remember getting into a debate about it, I think on a previous stream and in Discord. But Destroyer was really bad for a while because before it, all the leader buffs, it was just bad. But also, the ability was only going to be as good as the pool of characters that it affects. And now, Kong, being one of the best characters we have, is affected by this. And giving that Kong a 30% boost is crazy. because he already hits like a Mack truck. You know, so
because now you're starting to get to the point where a lot of these players are starting to get their destroys to higher levels, and with the leader buff a few months back, that scales their leader ability damage to their unit level instead of just a flat 400 or 150 damage. That was a fucking slap on the wrist. Sorry, I shouldn't swear, but
I swear all the time, and you're all right.
I think that's really propelled Destoroyah up to S+. Just the fact that his ability just immediately shuts down any push, and the fact that now you're starting to get to a point where its ability buffs meta units.
Yeah, and albeit not a whole lot of meta units, but the ability is at least boosting Kong. I don't remember if Shindin also has that little of range.
That's wild if it does. Let me check.
I actually have the list
It has
right here.
35 reach.
Is
Oh,
it just
God.
out of Destroyers?
No, it's just in it. That's so
Let's
wild.
go. Let's go. So buff Shindin, it buffs Destoroyah, or not Destoroyah, what's his name? Kong. So there are and Gigan 04. There are increasingly a number of meta units that have to get stupid close, and so it just makes that ability better. But in my opinion, that is not the main reason you're using the ability. You're using it to cancel an enemy's push. How many times in this chat have you guys pulled up to the enemy leader and they just delete it immediately with Destroyer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's on my fucking nerves.
Oh yeah.
My Godzilla Evolved is tanking all of it.
Yeah,
Morgan
Evolved
takes
Goji
it.
is like the only thing I've seen that can tank it from full
Evolved
health.
and Shimo are two very good units to tank it, or
Yeah.
like a Kong with his shield still.
Yep.
Even then, it leaves them on a
Oh,
pubic
dude.
hair of health left.
Shindin tanks.
When the enemy
I'm
leader
Terra
uses
Felt,
that
yeah.
ability, just for Kong to have 2 blocks, block both of them and keep fighting.
Yeah.
Oh look, I'm about to win the game. Dust does his thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Destroyer hits the ult. Oh, all right. Well, got to do it again.
Reset. Here we go, all over again. Yay! Like I need to grind.
There's my 13 energy down the drain.
Yep.
And it has pretty like deceptively large range. Like the
Yeah,
rectangle is like kind of crazy. Every time I'm like, oh, I don't think this is gonna hit my guy all the way, but like this is not gonna hit Ultima, and they're like, oh wait, hold on, Ultima just went down. Wait a minute.
I'm like 75% sure the leader range that shows on the battlefield is misleading. I think it's actually farther than the game tells you it is.
I feel like it is too. I feel like it is maybe a
Not
little
by
bit off.
much, but
It's
deceptively
either
enough.
it's either that or the animation is just so like tiny compared to the block that it hits.
It's kind of
Because
like
it is,
Ariake.
yeah.
It's like it's just so like the range on it is just so crazy. And Ariake, you'd think that he's not going to be hitting that far, you know, when you have him on the field. And it's the same thing. It's just that they just copied and pasted it. They didn't like. It's just so deceiving.
Yeah.
I know Ariake is a whole different. Good thing he's not a leader. He probably would have just been like, oh, end the battle
Oh my
immediately. 12
Oh, I
energy.
don't
If
really-
you could figure that one out, win the battle instantly.
Ariake leader ability is just win the match immediately.
Yeah.
All right, we got our next leader. I got him queued up, and it is Fire Rodan with the Uranium Heat Ray. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a fan shape and increases damage dealt by allied aerial units on the battlefield by 30% for 30 seconds. He's 2 greens and 2 blues.
Back when Leo and Battra were a thing, he was really good. Not so much anymore.
I agree. When the Flyers were meta, I think you could have maybe subbed him off of your team to be a leader, even if he still was a suboptimal pick. I think
Yeah.
he's in a similar tier as Battra.
He was very situational when he, as a leader, back when he was good. He was still situational
Yeah.
pick. I think
I
right
would
now there's
say-
just such a wide meta that there's not really a place
Yeah.
for him currently.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say he's better than Battra due to the fact that his attack actually does damage, and like if you have flyers, like they'll get a boost. They'll do some help.
Yeah.
If you're running flyers, which
Yeah.
I would not recommend right now, but
It's
Yeah, I don't-
horrible. It's
I don't
trash. It's
see-
garbage. It's absolute garbage. It's just garbage. Like I mean, it's
Just-
garbage.
Run it as a unit with Waka Bio or something like that. That's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fire Rodan is extremely lackluster. I just realized I don't think I've had the stream chat on this entire time on the
you
stream.
have not.
I'm not
Like
even in the
above your
right
head, man,
panel
right?
for stream. Hold on, my head's not even in the game, bro. Hold on. This is so beyond scuffed. There
you got
it
too
is.
excited
Almost
to chat with
8,000
your friends.
subs.
I
and
know,
you're
I
still
got-
not prepared.
Fuck, stupid. Well, we're here now, so that's what matters.
All right, but I mean, as far as like Fire Rodan, like, why are we even talking about that?
No, I know. Oh, I'm about to move on. I gotta fix my little display option.
All right, oh, that's why we got Fire Rodan. This was actually cool.
Yeah, this was actually the sidebar so I could fix my scuffed shit.
It's the buff. It's just
Damn.
buffer.
Like, when's the last time you ever saw Fire Rodan leader? Like, I haven't saw Fire Rodan leader in like 2 years. I don't know about you.
I don't think I've seen it since the Desghidorah Hedorah season.
Oh my god, I'm a little bit behind on the like stream, and the first chat to pop up when he pulls the chat up is bro lock in. That's so funny.
Stop, I'm just a little guy. I'm doing my best. Please. It's so scuffed. I also just showed like my entire double screen setup.
You're lucky
Does
you have
anybody
nothing
know
to
who
hide
Miller-
on that screen.
I had
Does
no
anybody know who
information.
Miller Race Jerks is?
Is who?
Miller Racetrack.
Miller Race Jerks. I always think of Melee's dog every time I play against this guy.
Miller Racetrack. I was like,
Someone
yo,
must
Miller
someone
has
must really love my dog in game if they're named after him.
Heck yeah. Yo, cheers
All right.
to Miller.
For everyone loves me. I almost just hit G material on Fire Rodan. Hope didn't want that.
No, no.
I was just kind of like not even locked in, looking through the menus. I almost just.
I did that
I almost
on
just
Twitter
fucked
one
that up.
time. Wasted 4 Gmets.
I did
4?
that on,
It was a bad day.
Megalon once.
It was a bad day. It was a bad
I
day.
did it to someone recently, and I didn't mean to do it. And I was like, oh fuck! Like, I was just messing around with them, and I hit it on accident. I don't remember who it was.
How you hit upgrade accident?
I wanted to see how many I was looking at the character, and I wanted to see how many I had, and instead of hitting cancel, I hit
Scroll down.
spend, and I know, well, I'm a little brain dead.
Separate buttons
Yeah,
to fumble
we're
that
battling.
one.
That's what you sound like.
Gigan 72. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, Gigan, 1972. With the classic Bladed Ripper, energy cost is 2, 120-second cooldown, deals X amount of damage 5 times in a straight line, and raises the movement speed of allied ground units on the battlefield to Gigan's movement speed for 10 seconds. He's one red card and 3 blue cards, and his movement speed is 24.
That's
Dude,
a
I
lot
love it.
mid.
The blue cards. Doesn't that do health? I don't know.
The blue cards are for
Nothing.
the cards have general like the cards have like general themes that they should be following. Like red is supposed to be damage, green is supposed to be health, blue is supposed to be speed, yellow is supposed to be leader, and then they like barely even follow the categories that they're supposed to be in. So the blue is for speed.
But
So
hell
you
yeah,
get 3 speed
Gigan's
cards
got-
with him.
Dude, no, why are we not talking about this? He's got 3 blue cards. We can make Girth go how fast?
I
Then
think I think out of all of the leaders, like Gigan 72, like his cards actually work really well with his ability. So like,
That is true. It's almost like, well, we don't know if the leader ability will use the speed of with the cards added on.
oh yeah, we
Man, he's got 3 blue. If it doesn't work with him, we're gonna see it.
yeah, we're getting scammed.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because the leader ability brings everyone to Gigan's level, speed level, regardless
Yeah.
if they're faster or slower.
Yeah.
And it raises everybody's speed, and yeah, the speed it's speed plus speed equals more speed, right?
Yeah, like how
Yeah.
Aquamothra, when you throw Aquamothra in the water, then you pop Gigan's ability,
Oh,
Aquamothra
she could-
slows down.
Yeah.
So,
If you
yeah,
Biollante with Aquamothra, he flies
Rocket.
across the map like.
Yo, Biollante
like in a blink.
Biollante flower across the map with Gigan. That shit. I love that waddle.
So
It's a
where do
solid
we?
ability.
Where do we think?
It's a good leader. I like it. It's got a strategy. It's got its own strategy. When you see that leader, you know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think that's the
coming at you.
biggest downside is when you see Gigan, it's you know exactly what they're gonna try to do.
Gigan G89. What's happening?
Yeah. I see
Gigan,
Gigan leader.
G89, Girth,
I see a 4th angel hit the field, and I give this kind of face. If you're watching stream, I give like this. Like I know exactly what. Like I gotta put my guy right here and block the 4th angel. Like
You
I know.
exactly what's coming. It's just a matter of when they
Exactly.
pop it.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Exactly.
mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
like Gigan 72 and G89 are like the two like 3-star leaders that are like one really solid and two like easy to level up fast for newer players. So like that's
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
give-
I think
give
Gigan's
Gigan-
good for those reasons. I get behind that.
I give him like an A tier because he does have his own strat. His little chainsaw used to do a lot more damage. Right?
Yeah.
It
I feel like it got nerfed.
Everything caught up.
It got nerfed
Yeah.
bad too, and but that's
Or
strat.
power
I mean,
craft, you should say.
Power
It's-
crept
yeah.
is probably the
Yeah,
proper
power
term.
crept. Yeah,
Everything
it
caught up to
definitely
the amount of
got power
damage it was doing.
yeah, definitely. But at the same time, that strat is a strat, and if you use it well, if you adapt to it, I mean, it's gotta be at least A, right? For somebody that knows how to use it.
I put it in the I made the list to say meta, great, solid, mid, and bad, and I put him at the top. I put him ahead of Desghidorah in solid.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty
Yeah.
fair.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'd say
Okay.
his actual attacking ability, just like defending himself, is pretty god awful though.
Yeah,
got a lot
well,
of leaders like
he's
that.
the fastest attacker I think we've had tonight at 2 whole seconds is his
Oh
attack
my
speed.
goodness.
But I would
But-
say Desghidorah is definitely a better leader than Gigan. If I,
I
had to
mean,
choose.
Oh, you know
I-
what? Based purely off of their self-defense, I think I could get behind
oh yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
Based
think
on
I could get
their
behind that.
self-defense.
Gigan's all
Yeah.
about the ability. You don't care about no freaking body hitting your Gigan. You're pushing everything towards their leader. They're not gonna be on your leader.
Yeah,
Gigan leader, bro.
it's all about Gigan leader. Early game, everyone loves Gigan.
All about that ability. That's what it
I give him. I don't know if there's a single character that I've given so much shit as a unit, and then as a leader, I'm like, oh, I love this guy. It's
I
Gigan.
think Gigan leader is the epitome of solid, because he does what
Yeah.
he does perfectly well.
He's
Yeah.
like the baseline for
You
every
can't really
unit
expect anything else out of him.
or every leader.
I get behind that. I can most certainly get behind that. So now
Goes Dark
we
Dark.
have.
Can we hear
He,
Dark
I don't know.
Dark?
If, oh, he is in here. He is in here.
All right, cool.
So now we have a goated leader that everybody loves is Godzilla
S plus,
2021.
We gotta do the ability first. We gotta do the
We gotta do the
best
ability
leader.
first. We gotta do the ability first.
Let's go crazy.
Heat Ray. Energy cost is 4. The cooldown is 120 seconds. Deals 85 damage. And this doesn't... I don't think this matters on the level. I think it just always deals like 85 damage or X amount of damage 10 times in a straight line. And reduces the cost of allied units with range less than 40 by 1 for 15 seconds. And its cards are red, 2 green, and a yellow.
Absolutely
Hey, no
goated.
blue.
It's the best. It's the
Yeah,
best
no
leader.
blue. No blue cards. S
Okay.
tier.
I was like looking ahead a little bit and I was reading it and I'm like, if it was one cost less, I could see it being better than it was. But
If it was
because
like
of the
a-
new Kong, because of the new Kong, and that's the only reason.
If it
But
was like
no!
3 cost 100 seconds, or like 3 cost 90 seconds, and you put it with Kong and Gigan, you're at least getting like. And Shinden for 1 is kind of crazy.
yeah,
It's so freaking bad. Like we really should just move on.
no, I mean, it's just
It's
what could
so
have been.
bad.
Yeah, no. What
Doesn't
could
the
have
leader
been? It-
building only affect,
It's the
like,
worst
40
leader in the game.
less than 4. Hold on. I have a list of all of the units' stats. I don't know why I'm not looking at that for the
so the ones that
speed.
So the new Kong, Gigan 04, Shinden, the Kamakurises, the Dorats, Anguirus, I think, maybe not. Oh no, he's at 40. King Caesar, Gigan 72. Like those are the units that I know of off the top of my head that would
So
get it.
for attack range that's 40 or under, it's 80. It's Godzilla 89, Anguirus,
Oh,
Shin
shit,
Godzilla's second and third forms, Eva 0, Rodan 93, Gigan 72, Shinden, MechaGodzilla, Rodan 64, King Caesar, MechaGodzilla 2021, Dorats, Kamakura Swarm, Kong Beast Glove, Gigan 04, Stealth Bomber, Chibi Godzilla, the standard one, I don't think the duo one, Eva 02 Beast, Fukuoka Crystals, not the Godzilla, the Crystals, Hedorah flying form, and then Jet Jaguar flying 73 has 0 range. He technically also will get the boost from that.
Kong
Meta.
gets the boost.
Th-
Kong gets
you
the
know-
boost. It's the best. It's the best leader. It boosts Kong. It's the best leader.
To be
Can I
fair,
just
there are
say-
some solid units in that list.
And then,
Dude, it could make MechaGodzilla 21 actually meta.
Whoa.
He's actually not bad, Mecha-Godzilla 2021 now, but
I
yeah,
know,
you're
it's
right.
just a running meme.
That
Yeah.
leader,
Just say
that
I've seen a
leader's so
bunch
freaking
of
bad. It's so bad.
G21.
It's so bad.
It's terrible.
I have him in the
it's
bottom
great.
of bad tier right now, purely
I hate it.
because
I hate
you'd
it.
think
I
that
was-
this
Be on the
ability
list.
could
It
be
should
good.
I
even
was
be on the
so
list.
excited
Okay.
when they announced G21 was being made a leader. I was so excited, and he's fucking trash.
It's actually insulting that he was made into a leader. Like, I would have rather they just never even brought it up.
Exactly.
I
That's
wish
what
that
they
they were
did.
just like, he's never gonna be a leader, and I'd be like, all right, that's fine. But then
Just
like, oh,
showed
he's
up
a
one day.
leader. Oh, but
The
he's also gonna be
damage-
dog shit.
The damage the leader ability does is so negligible, especially like kind of in the upper levels.
Yeah.
Why
It's
would
the
anyone do
only
that to
leader.
themselves?
It's the only leader that Sir Melee forgot to put on one of his tier lists.
Yeah, the last leader.
That's how bad it is. Like, it shouldn't even be on this tier list. Let's keep it off for
And-
for
For
continuity.
eons.
And his self-defense, is his standard like beam attack where he just locks onto one target for like a minute to drill them through of all of their health. And it's like, all right, dude, you're just gonna ignore everything else that's happening around you?
Not to
But
make
guys,
me
we're,
your honor.
we're forgetting it boosts. It decreases stealth bomber cost. Come on, guys.
my
like,
goodness.
Oh my god, it's meta.
It's
Meta
meta.
defining.
absolutely
Top
meta.
of
It's
S.
peak,
Top
actually.
of S. Absolutely top of S.
Yeah, you need a lower level for these guys.
G21 even solo a Manila that's attacking him?
No.
Probably not,
No.
because the stun is gonna
can't
shut him
reach it.
down.
He can't
He can't even reach it.
Oh no.
GT it.
TV
You gotta
duo victim
GT it.
G21 leader.
Jesus Christ. Alright, hold on. We have an actually good leader up next.
Yes, solid. Definitely a great.
Solid leader right here.
Yeah.
Godzilla 1989 with the heat ray. It costs 2. Cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a fan shape and increases damage dealt by allied units with an energy cost of 5 or more on the battlefield by 50% for 15 seconds. And he's got a goated card combination. It is red, green, blue, and yellow. He's got one of everything, so you could try it all out because he's the first leader that you will be getting in Godzilla Battle Line.
Yo, this leader
Dude,
right now,
the
this season, I'm
potential-
just saying, hey, this season right now with the units that we got, think
Kinda
about
crap.
that.
Yeah.
This leader is
Brother, the amount of times I've
comeback.
like 3-shot leads as a whole with Evolved in like this combo is insane, brother.
Con-
Like the damage.
con-
I don't ever
is
think this leader has been
insane,
bad
bro.
ever or mid. He's
No,
always
no,
just been
the
like
original king.
really
He's always
great.
been great. He's always been
He's
great.
been
Always
solid.
been great and solid.
Right
Yeah.
now, he is freaking. He's eating really good right now because if you boost Kong, if you boost G24, bruh.
It's over. I mean, Kong
Yeah.
is already doing like a tenth of an enemy's health in like as soon as he get every hit Kong I feel is just chunking away at the entire health of the enemy leader. You hit him with this and it's over. It's insane. G89 a 50% damage boost is actually ridiculous. A lot of these characters if getting a 50% damage boost is like a game ending like
They've been there
push.
the whole time.
My
It's the
dumbass
Yeah.
thought we were
only
talking about
person-
Ultima,
Hey,
my bad.
The only person that's been using G89 leader the whole time has been Queen. That's the only person. That leader has been good the entire time.
Yeah.
Using it.
No, yeah,
I use
this has been
G89
great.
a lot.
Oh, G89's
I
incredible.
used G89 until like 3 seasons ago.
I feel like
So-
I
89
used him all the way up
could be
until I
the
just
Here and
decided to
there.
hard block Ultima as my
I think
lead.
89 could be the bomb of meta for this season because like the
I mean,
damage is just insane, bro. Like
it's-
not the top of meta, but definitely like the bottom. Because
Yeah.
like that.
I'm
damage
putting
is
him so far at the top of the great tier because this is just like
I think
not
that's fair.
only is this ability
He's got
super
that
good
double
and,
hit
and it is
AoE.
it's got the
Defends himself.
and not only is he's given to you, obviously he's the first leader that you get in this game, but he's a gold unit. He is so easy to level up.
Yeah,
I think for
he
a lot of
stands
people,
the
he's
test of
first
time.
person you get to 500 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easily.
Absolutely.
I definitely think top of great just because Kong edges out what he does.
Kong's
Just
what?
enough.
I mean-
Kong.
G9, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
G9 does better than Kong. Come on, man.
G89 does the better than Kong purely
We'll
because
get to
of
Kong.
just
We'll get to
Gigan,
Kong, but
bro.
you know.
Oh,
yeah,
but they're
I
just
mean, this guy-
so.
This
So
season he
many
should be
points.
meta, though.
This season
G89.
he's meta. I see a lot of G89s.
Yeah.
I think
I've
G89
been
is
seeing a lot of
running shit.
G89s.
See,
I
Yeah.
think
Now,
the
do you put him
leader
above
ability-
Destroyer?
We'll get to Kong.
He's
we'll
so
get to
good
Kong.
with the
The
he's so
leader
good with
ability not only can wipe out pushes, but it also just buffs your unit for your pushes. So it's perfectly
Yep.
fine and viable, and kind of whatever strategy or deck you want to run.
I didn't say it was bad.
Yeah, like,
He's
this
just
season-
a he's just a
this season
tried and
it's
true,
better.
always busted.
Especially if you
Yeah.
give him the card that lets you do the ability every 80 seconds instead of 90 seconds.
Yeah, what is it? It lowers the cooldown by like what, like
Yeah,
2
it's like 10
seconds or
seconds.
something?
Yeah,
If you
something
max
like
it, it's like 10 seconds. I don't know about this lowered cooldown stuff. I mean, you could rather have, other things.
It's because it's
I-
percentage based, right? It's like a few like X% lowered,
Yeah,
so you're
at-
getting
at
into
max,
like
I think it's 12%.
okay.
I think
so
it was
that's
a great
lot.
idea to give G89 just access to every single card.
One of
Yeah.
every card. It's unfortunate that he has access to blue cards, but what are you gonna do?
Yo, watch next season's blue card be the best.
I
card.
pray
Watch.
every night I go to bed and I go, please God, make a blue card meta, please.
Yeah,
If they do something with attack speed, oh my god.
if they even touch like
Or-
increase all unit attack speed by like
Oh my
X%, that's I don't even care if I'm disrupting the 20% combo boost. I'm using that.
G21 about a
You'd be
sweep if that's the
yeah.
case.
Oh, it's over.
Dab. Oh, dab. Dab just won. By the way.
Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Increase attack range, blue card, insane. That would
Crazy.
be insane.
Yeah, give it to
Oh, yeah.
Ultima.
Give it to
Dude.
MG21, dude.
Speaking of Ultima,
Uh-oh.
you like that segue?
My goat.
Yeah,
The goat.
that's okay.
With the
Definitely.
Godzilla Ultima leader, Heat Ray, energy cost is 3, the cooldown is 90 seconds, deals X amount of damage in a fan shape, and reduces the cost of effect battle pieces by 1 for 15 seconds. His cards are 3 red and a green.
Still goaded.
Amazing.
Still goaded. Still good.
So
Big
goated.
Leader.
Goated leader.
He's got the leader. He's got the range. That ability used to be worthless, right? We never used it.
It is
but-
still worthless. What do you
Does it,
mean?
does
No,
Zoltan
that
his
range.
do
ability
all
I
these
have-
cards?
his
I have-
ability does a lot more damage.
I have
than he used to.
thousands of wins. I have thousands of wins with Ultima as a leader, and the only time I'm popping this ability is strictly to wipe pushes, because its
Yeah.
range is
As it
absurd.
should.
Is absurd.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'm hopping the ability to wipe a push. That's so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it does that.
You just wait till
remember
you get
back
to walk.
in the day. Remember back before the buffs when it dealt nothing, like it dealt no damage. It dealt like 300 damage.
Yeah.
I think Ultima is like one of the only leaders that you use not for the ability, but just because of how good
The
it is
range
for
is
itself.
so
Yeah.
good.
The range.
Yeah.
I used Ultima in my first time being top 10. That was my main leader, and it was amazing
Mhm.
that season.
When I hit number 1, it was Ultima leader.
There you go.
Third.
Ultima leader is a great leader overall. I think this season it's not being used as much, but it definitely has
It's up
obviously
there.
because of the unit buff, but it's definitely
Yeah.
a great leader. Yeah.
No, he rules.
Definitely.
Ultima rules. I think there's not really a whole lot that we're gonna say on the Ultima leader front that like hasn't, I think, just been said, or like we're just gonna be treading the same ground. I think Ultima
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just like a fantastic leader. His range is super good. His ability is dog shit. His attack speed is 2.9 seconds, so it is a while. But his reach and his search are 100. So you're not getting much better than that in terms of leader department. I think there's only one other leader that has that same range.
That
I-
SOD hits your freaking girth like 3 times before girth gets in range. That's not
Yep.
fair. It's
Yep.
not fair.
And he hits.
Also, Ultima's-
Mine's level 30,
Ultima's-
and he's dealing 608 attack normally, and then with the leader boost, it's
It's not-
He
639.
also has like a good amount of health for a leader, so that gives you
Yep.
more than enough time to build up energy to help defend them from any of your enemy's pushes.
Yep,
I
mine's
use
at
eight-
level 30 is 10,871 health, and then I have an additional 486 from the passive boosts from just like Studio and the cards.
Definitely a unit you need to. Definitely a leader you need to swarm for sure.
Yeah. You gotta make sure that you're on top of him, otherwise he's gonna rinse you alive.
Yeah, even a girth. Like it's just crazy what he does to a girth. Like yeah, it's Dust does his little thing and it kills the girth maybe, but yeah, Ultima just boom, boom, boom. It's like why? It's already dead.
All right. Got the next one. We're moving along. Everyone's favorite sludge monster, Hedorah, with the Hedrium Bomb and Hedrium Ray. Energy cost is 2. The cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage twice in a circle and halves the placement time of targeted ally units for 30 seconds. And it is green,
Meta.
blue, to yellow.
This
Wait,
was the most
still don't-
pointless leader of all
That-
time.
That can be a leader. Hedorah's a leader. Wait, what? No, wait. You're lying. Hedorah's a leader.
It's lackluster for sure, but it's a cool ability, but it's just lackluster.
I
Why is
think
it
that the
cool?
ability in concept is interesting.
It's good for
Why?
-1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It,
Okay.
and
Minus one.
it's not a great ability, but I can
No.
see why it's there. It's a good idea and concept, but I don't think it could have
Yeah.
been executed better.
I think the execution is terrible. I mean, even like the dealing the 2 damage in a circle seems like it should be good, and it's just not. And then like the stats on him, it's a 2-second attack speed. Mine's at level 30. It's got 430 damage. The reach is 70. The search is 70. I mean, it's just like terrible.
I think
Yeah.
the cooldown is too long. If it was a bit shorter, I think that would make it a lot better.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I agree.
You're saying Hedorah leader could be a lot better?
Not much better.
Right. Like, yeah, Lot's pretty strong here because Hedorah leader is freaking horrible.
Wait until we get the alt version. Maybe it'll be awesome.
The alt 4-star, the alt 5-star Hedorah.
That is gonna be crazy. That is actually gonna be a wicked character one day. It's never gonna
We gotta
happen.
get
I'm still
the
waiting
Alt
on
King
that
Caesar
ultimate.
before
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say we're still waiting on Alt King Caesar. I think they also. What was the other one? There was like
coming
Manila
soon.
or something.
I'm still waiting for alt Anguirus. That's finally a leader.
Ultima already
You're
has
never-
that play.
They
Melee
Toho
now.
looks at their papers in the forums and they see someone mention Anguirus, and every time they see Anguirus mentioned in the forums, they push the release date back another 2 months.
Yeah.
They did
You're
that with
never
Paragon.
getting Anguirus in this game ever again.
Like if Toho could have their way, they would take Anguirus out back and shoot him. Like,
Hey guys, for this update, we have added no new characters. However, we have deleted Anguirus and all associated.
hey, wait, Anguirus lovers gotta win. We got Chibi Anguirus mentioned in the last blog.
That
post
is
from
true.
there.
That is true. Chibi and Gears did get a mention. Did
Man,
get a
Ang-
mention.
As singular point Anguirus got 3rd point in the polls like 2 years ago, and we still
Yeah.
haven't seen him.
No, he tied
Yeah.
for 5th with Godzilla 1999, and then they just were like, "Guess Anguirus just isn't coming to the game."
My God.
Alrighty.
We got a good leader up here though. The next one on the list. This is a pretty fan favorite one. I see it all the time. Mecha-King Ghidorah with the machine hand. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Does X amount of damage in a fan shape and stuns for 5 seconds and increases cost recovery speed by 60% for 15 seconds. It is 2 red, 1 green, and a yellow.
Terrible.
I think he's pretty. I think he's a great leader.
I
Oh,
think
are we on Mecha-King
the
Ghidorah?
ability,
Mecha-King Ghidorah.
Okay.
The ability is goaded. The ability is goaded. Definitely, we know the ability
Hey.
is goaded.
Anybody who uses this and energy based, because I don't use trains out of principle.
Hmm
You know
I
what?
wish you have a rotten day.
I want to say so many worse things.
meta,
but
Melee,
I'm
it's
not.
meta.
I mean,
Dude,
You think
dude,
this
look,
King
look,
Ghidorah
look.
is a meta leader?
Okay,
Oh,
check this out.
absolutely, man.
In my
Play 10
opinion,
games, you see it at least half the time.
in my
I was
opinion,
gonna put him in great.
I think using the leader ability like early in the game before you start getting like the times 0.25 buff is pretty
Mhm.
useless because then you only gain like an extra 2 energy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say the
horrible.
ability
Yeah,
is a lot
I
better
understand.
used.
I see what you're
Extra
saying,
energy is
but at the same
horrible.
time, if you have a good push going and you actually use it to push your push up even more, like get more units on the field, that's even like it works out.
What are you gonna
I would
throw up
say
there,
also
Shin?
defensively too, it helps out too. I actually just played a match where I had Ariaki, doing its variable slicer, and I just used the ability. It froze it, and actually because of that, I was able to come down the field and win. So,
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
that's whatever.
It's a
Pretty
good,
decent.
It's a
the
good
thing with
leader.
it though is
It's
that
a
like
great
in the
meta
early
leader.
game, you
As far as
spend-
I'm concerned, any Mecha-King Ghidorah player I face is just a free win for me.
No.
Free win.
It's free real estate.
I've been on multiple 20 win streaks with Mecha-King Ghidorah leaders, so I don't know. It depends. It depends.
Brother, I've gone on an 80 win streak and I've gone on like 750 win streak with this leader, dude. He's solid.
All right, there you go.
Granted, spending
There you
it on a
go.
one-time multiplier is actually really bad because you spend 2 to get like 8, so you only gain 1. But if you
You
spend it
get
like with the multiplier
energy,
up,
but if you don't use it
it's
right,
not really
what are
worth
you
it.
doing?
Are we
I think
really
if you
going-
pop
are we
it,
really
like-
going to overtime this season, though. Let's be honest. We're not going to overtime. We're winning in.
Why are we
I'm
talking
either
about
We're winning in a
overtime?
minute, minute 30.
We're going to overtime in this conversation.
We're
about
winning in a
Mecha-King
minute
Ghidorah.
and minute 30.
We are. Because the ability is really good. The leader's freaking horrible. It does no damage. Does it even deal damage? I don't know.
But who cares about the damage? You're using him to gain the
the
energy
dude.
advantage on your
all about
opponent.
the energy. It's
So like you
literally
pop it
just about
once
the
as
energy.
soon as the game
That's all
starts
it's
and you
about.
get your 2 energy or whatever, and then you pop it as soon as the energy gets the percentage boost and you skyrocket and you can place more shit on the field.
And it's also a
think the
90
energy is
second.
so
It's
good.
also a 90-second recharge. So you're getting 2 before overtime even starts if you
There you
get it
go.
early enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It-
And you
it's
can
great.
lower
It's
it,
great.
and you can lower it with the cards.
Yeah.
Albeit
mean-
one, because I think only one of the cards. I think it's the yellow that it does
Yeah.
it. So it does fit the yellow card that'll do that.
Did it extend its range for the ability, too, or is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or is that
Every
too
time
low?
there's a buff or nerf for a character, I put it in my head for one video, and then it immediately falls out like the next day. I have no idea.
For the Godzilla,
I think it's time to move on. I think we already kind of established it. It's like top of great, lower of meta.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're moving on, this is just easy. Curious
Bad.
meta next.
Kiryu.
Get that crap out of here.
All right. Well, I'll read the ability, and then
Free win.
Frostbite can glaze his goat as much as he wants. Kiryu leader with the absolute zero cannon, which actually, first of all, we're all saying the name of the ability wrong. It's just absolute zero.
Get it right.
Wow.
It is
We've
we've been calling it
AZC forever.
AZC for 3 years, and it is just AZ.
Wow.
Kiryu, absolute zero cannon. Energy cost is 8. The cooldown is 180 seconds. It depletes 90% of the current HP of enemy units in a straight line within a certain range. It is all enemies that get hit by that beam. It will not kill anything, but it will get 90% of the health removed. So if a character is at 1 health, congratulations, you just removed 0.9% of that health. And he can use 2 red cards and 2 blue cards. There's no world where he's not like in the meta like tier. Like
He's freaking goated. He's freaking
Anytime you
goated.
fight
If you
him, it's
play
just
him
a
right,
countdown.
If you play him right, that's all it is.
Yep.
If you play him right, you're gonna win. And there's some players that do that, and most don't. But it's a really goated ability, and it's absolute S. It's up there.
Every time you fight Kiryu leader, it forces you to play a bit more aggressively because the second that overtime hits,
Yeah.
that absolute zero is gonna rinse you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would only be better if he would turn into a PNG and body slam the enemy leader after absolute zero cannoning.
Oh,
I hate facing this fucking guy. Every time I see a Kiryu lead, especially Frostbite, I go, I'm just gonna kill myself. Like this is this is
Yeah,
not something I'm gonna enjoy doing. And then I just play super aggresstively for like 10 minutes. I play out my ass just
Yeah,
to
Frostbite
get
knows
like
what
a
he's doing.
sayonara and then blast it immediately by trains.
It was one time.
It's fun to find more players who don't know everything about Kiryu, so the second the match starts, they just pop the
Pop it
absolute
immediately.
zero.
You can pop the absolute zero twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Hit that freaking girth. Hit that girth with it.
But he has the 2 reds, 2 blues. He doesn't even get that much of a benefit from the yellows.
Yeah, but you can use it.
Yeah.
You can still use it twice. I mean, Kiryu's a great leader. It's a great leader. I know everybody hates it. Gets a lot of hate.
It's
Great
Now,
never
leader.
gonna
I-
disappear from the meta.
I will say though, and chat just brought it up, there's a lot of Rainbow Mothras running around, and they kneecap
yeah.
this guy immediately.
Good.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Good.
You really want to
You're
get
good.
off
If you're a
Kiryu
Kiryu leader that hits a freaking leader that has a Rainbow Mothra buff on it, then I mean, keep being a Kiryu leader. I mean,
That's
what do
where you
want
bring
me
the
to
train
say?
bombs in. That's where you bring the missiles, the missile strike.
Oh yeah, bring the missile strike. You bring the missile strike.
Specifically the
I mean,
missile
Hey,
strike.
look, they got Rainbow Mothra buff. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast it into that. Let me use my 9 mana into that Rainbow Mothra.
That's where Sunday gets propelled to S+ tiers when you fight Rainbow Mothra.
Someone who said that in my chat the other night, was it you? Someone
it was
said that
me.
in my chat in the tier list. They're like, Sunday should be higher because you can use it to remove the rain. It was me. It was me who said it, and he was like, you can use it to remove the Rainbow Mothra buff, and I was like, this. I understand this argument. I never want to hear that again. I appreciate you, Nee.
Use the Sunday though, if you think about it. We're not gonna talk about the Sunday, but the Sunday actually isn't as terrible as people say it is. honestly.
I think
It's
this Sunday.
freaking horrible.
We're not gonna get into a discussion about Sunday here, but I think that it would be a lot better if they just gave it Shimu's freeze.
I think it would be a
Sunday for
lot better
leader?
if they brought back the infinite stun intentionally.
Yes.
They
They
did
just have a
bring it back.
unit that reads infinitely
Shimu
stun
back in 04
opponent.
and Chibi duo. At the same
Yeah.
time.
All right. One of my favorite leads in the whole game.
Freezing Sunday leader.
King Kong. Earth break
King Kong.
ability.
Ah.
Energy is
King
1.
Kong.
Cooldown 90 seconds. Deals X amount of damage in a fan. In a circle. It says fan sickler. It's in a fan. It's in a cone shape. I don't know what you want from me. And increases damage dealt by allied units with an energy cost of 4 or more on the battlefield by 20% for 15 seconds. He is a red, 2 green, and a yellow.
One of the most underrated leaders, in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
love him. I think he's so good. I think he's solid or great. I think he would be solid because his self-defense sucks.
With the advent of Chibi Duo and Mogera also getting that boost, it's kind of put him up into a higher place than many people think he is.
Yeah, getting to boost the chibi. He boosts the chibis. He boosts Gigan 2004. Like
Yeah.
he boosts a lot of really good units that stuff like G89 misses. But G89 has a minor AoE, and Kong does have a minor AoE on his when he's a unit, but he loses it as a leader. Oh, and chat says he also buffs Mogera.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
that's
him.
pretty cheese.
I mean, he's fine.
I put him under Desghidorah in solid, but I could be convinced to put him higher. But Desghidorah just has better self-defense.
Yeah, I'd say where Kong is fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Really good ability, not really great defensively.
It's just that he ebbs and flows with whenever he's in the game, so it's hard for people to get levels without spending GMATs on him, and
Exactly.
doing
Yeah.
that just for a leader is really
That too.
difficult.
Yeah, especially because we'll get a leader probably every season or every other season, and then once every 5 months they give us a leader that's just busted.
I remember
Yeah.
the year and a half gap we went with no leaders. Or something.
Yeah,
It was
right?
It was
Beginning
like a
of the game,
year
Yeah,
long with no leaders.
Good.
that's why they had a whole season to introduce new leaders.
For Hedorah.
Ugh.
And Desghidorah.
And
Dark
And
times.
Shin
Dark
and
times.
Ultraman.
Well, Shin and Ultraman were leaders when they got introduced, right?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Were they?
I think
Oh.
Yeah, they
Ultraman
were.
added a little bit later.
Well,
in
we
the
got
season.
Shin, and then Ultraman right after,
Yep.
and then Destoroyah right after, and then Final Wars Godzilla, and then Eva Unit, and then
Yeah.
something else, and then Kamen Rider, and then no leaders until Desghidorah and Hedorah. So it was 3 months without
No, because
leaders.
we had
4
2000, we
months?
had 01, and we had the Desghidorah and Hedorah season. No, we've pretty much had.
No,
the-
It was
Oh,
after
one
the
was-
first- It was after the first Ava season was when they did that.
Wasn't
I remember,
GM,
'cause that
GMK
was
was
on
in
Season, just
2023
with no
though.
leader.
No, Ava's season part 1 was 22.
Yeah, it was because it
November
came out around the same
22.
time. Shin Ultraman came to America in the theaters. I
Yeah.
remember.
The Zeton season had no leader. I think that was Zeton and Mephisto.
Oh yeah, Zeton and
Oh
Mephiles
yeah, Zeton
had no
didn't have
leader.
That one was.
Yeah,
Goat season.
that was.
And
a
neither did
terrible
the
season,
second. Neither
jeez.
did the second Eva one. They didn't have a leader either. But
Yeah, but the season
later.
before the Ava one, they had GMK was
Geo
introduced.
No, it was Geo4 Final Wars.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Geo4 was I think November of 22.
Godzilla-
Melee.
Or
what's
on-
No,
the-
Godzilla
Godzilla
2004 came out before because he was in the poster art for the first
Yeah.
Evangelion
Yeah, yeah.
season. So Godzilla 2004 is a 2022 unit.
Right.
Yeah, I
you're
think
on my
October.
birthday, I
Don't
remember.
pretend to step up to me. I know when the units came out. I just don't know what they do.
So what's our
Yu-Gi-Oh!
next leader?
Player Syndrome.
Melee. What's our next leader?
Our next
Best one in the
leader
game.
is the GOAT,
can.
MechaGodzilla, who was my first leader with 500 wins.
This is my personal old
Dude.
classic goated leader. This was the leader
Yep.
at
Does
launch.
have a leader
I use
ability.
This is who I used at launch for my first 500 wins because at launch G89 wasn't buffing anyone good. MechaGodzilla, 1993, plasma grenade. Energy cost is 3, cooldown is 60 seconds, deals X amount of damage and knockback in a straight line, and reduces the time it takes for facilities on the battlefield to generate allied units by 50% for 15 seconds. It is a red card, a green card, and 2 blue. I think it's cracked. The facilities are so
amazing.
good.
That's
I
messy.
think
Facilities
if
are...
The fall off
releases the
hurts.
facility
It
that
hurts
is
my
actually
soul.
worthwhile, it'd be good.
Wait till the airbase meta. You
Yeah,
guys
if
go
they
to hell.
introduced a facility that's busted, he would be decent enough. But he has 75 range, 75 reach. He's got a 2.3 second attack speed. Like, he is pretty decent for beginners. The knockback is pretty good. And you can use it every minute. You can
I've been
use this
seeing him
ability.
come up really recently with the Hollow Earth map. I've been seeing a lot of people use him.
Yeah,
He's not great.
I've seen that a
but-
lot too.
Yeah,
They
what?
put them and Orga will just push you back down that hallway. I've had that happen to me a few times.
What other facility would they add? We already have planes, trains, and automobiles in this game. What is it going to be? Just like human soldiers just running out like ants?
Put the
I
range
pray-
tanks.
I
for
pray
Tokyo
every
SLS
day.
in there.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been saying we just need one that just dumps like UFOs onto the field, like the
Oh, that would
Exilian
be
ships.
really
just
cool.
dumps UFOs out. It moves
We
like
need a
Super X and
X
dumps them out.
factory.
Just be like Keylog
Just
ships
bumps
or
down
something,
Super
like
X.
whatever.
Exactly. They do a collab with the GameCube.
Put a facility that's 11 cost, and over like the course of like 15 seconds, it'll pump out Mogera, both Mogeras, Mecha-Godzillas, every single mech unit.
You have a facility that
That'd
just
be
dumps
great,
your
though.
whole hand. Whatever's not already on the field just comes out. Well, they had that one facility in the data mines from the early images of the game like years ago. It's never coming, but
It was
No,
like a
but-
regular tank, like regular.
it was like the
practice
United
and
Nations
stuff like that.
building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Like,
building,
what the fuck
yeah.
is gonna come out of that? Diplomats? Like, what are they gonna do?
We get
It's
the
gonna be
best
it's gonna be
politicians.
copyright fucking infringement paperwork. Like,
Cease and desist from Toho.
yeah.
It was gonna be like the government in Shin Godzilla. They're
Sue
just
your
gonna call and
enemy
do
to
nothing.
victory.
Anyway, throw him. Oh, he's in mid. I guess.
I put him in mid. He could be in bad, but I put him in mid because like the
The ability
knockback
like
is
a
pretty
good
good.
pushback. Yeah.
yeah.
He's not
Like
as
the
bad
very
as
bottom
Hedorah
of
or
mid.
G21, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
that's
not. I don't
far.
think he's super good, but he's not as bad as them.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Super Mecha-Godzilla 93. It should be an S because it shuts down the most meta unit in the entire roster right now, G21.
All right, next. I'm not listening to this. I gotta go find. Where is he in my? Oh, there she is. She's in my deck. That's why I couldn't find her. Mothra Imago, tried and true. Life force scales. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown's 120 seconds. It restores 4% of the maximum HP of each allied ground unit on the battlefield every second for 15 seconds. She's 3 green and a blue.
It's one of the best leaders
Yeah.
right now. If you
Yeah.
have the money, if you are a whale, if you have high level units, if you've got those cards to facilitate with the card slot she has, she's got 3 health cards, right?
Yep,
Well,
3 green,
shield,
3
yeah,
health
three
cards.
shield.
And she heals how much
4%.
4%.
every second? If you
Yeah.
have those cards and you have those levels, yeah, that's what Rowan's using. That's what a lot of whales are using. So right now, that's one of the best leaders if you've got
especially
the
in
cards
a heavy
the
ground
units.
meta like we have now.
Yeah.
Imagine if
yeah.
they revert Mothra's leader ability back to launch
God, no.
the building.
Oh, you mean where it just healed indefinitely?
Yeah, right. Man,
Oh.
The ability is actually like so solid because it's percent based. Anything that is like percent based is going to just be good. G89's is percent based, it is good. Kiryu's is percent based, it is good. Kong is percent based. Biollante is percent based. Like it is like it will be good. So
Also, we're
and
not. I know
health
we're not
regen is
talking,
crazy.
much about like how they defend, but like her leader damage is more than her unit damage, and shreds shields in
Yep.
a nice like cloud.
the
Yeah.
leader damage isn't that great. Like she's not the greatest leader. Like she's not the best leader at all. But that ability is really goated. If you
She's very
put it
frail.
all
She's very
together.
frail.
Yeah.
the leader,
She's
the
true
more-
to her nature. She's just super frail. She
Yeah,
folds
and
like
she
paper.
supports. She supports.
I like
she
the
supports.
cooldown. I like the cooldown on
Isn't
it.
her,
I feel
like-
like-
Mhm.
Isn't her damage like her attacks like the
It's-
same for both of them, or it's times
it's-
10?
It's bad, dude. I've
It's
used it a
scaling,
lot.
right?
Yeah, it is
I've-
like
I've
times
used it.
10.
Yeah.
But it's
the-
still
the-
not.
the
It's still not
damage
like
is
super
nothing.
good. Oh, hold
See,
on.
it-
Mathematician or Mormatician says the lead only hits 4 times.
Oh,
Yeah,
it only hits 4 times.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
That's
Yeah, yeah, it's really bad,
worse.
like-
That's why it does worse damage.
Thank you,
They
Mortician.
need to put
Yeah,
that
right?
into the game. They need to like to say that.
Dude, seriously, like I've played it so many times. Like one unit can just kill that leader. Like it's crazy. Like it doesn't deal that much damage. But
That's fair.
Yeah, she goes down
is so
immediately,
goated.
but
No.
Yeah, it's so good.
with
The
her
ability's so
ability,
good.
you can
ability,
really
it's
keep
all
your
about the
guys
ability.
alive like forever.
Yeah, it's all about the ability. That's what it is. And she's a great leader. Like probably it's one of the. It's up there. It's
I think it's one of the. I think it's like easily meta. Where it's gonna shake up at the end of this video, I don't know. Do you think it's better than Destoroyah?
No. But
No.
it's close. I mean, it's there. It's up there. It's better than most leaders.
I would
I
say
agree.
they're kind of around the same page.
By the way, real quickly, going back to Destroya, during overtime at the very end of the match, does Destroy's variable slicer hit the enemy leader?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Of course
does.
I completely forgot about that.
Wait,
for a
I
second.
have a interruption.
Dude.
Brahma says all 4-star leaders have the same HP, but didn't they change that a few months ago?
They did, right?
They changed some of the leader HPs
don't
and the way
remember
leaders work.
Yeah,
Well-
they changed all of it.
Yes.
They gave them more HP at a lower level.
Yes.
4-star leads.
Yeah. So they
Yes.
scale like a lot better to
No,
like level 9
they-
or something like that.
They do all have the same health. I'm looking at it right now and seeing
Yeah.
different.
A lot of them
units.
have similar ones. It might feel like she is weaker just because it's Mothra, and we think like she is just maybe a little bit more frail.
I mean, I literally played that leader for like I don't know 8 or 9 months.
Well, it's just
before,
that 4-stars have less health than 3-star leaders. Just
He's got
period.
horrible attack, and it's the attack. It's not the HP, it's the attack.
Yeah, it's the
her
attack's
attack's really bad. It's really bad. It's just
Yeah.
not
Now
good.
that I know, she only hits 4 times.
Oh, now that you know, yeah.
Yeah, now
I
that
still think
know,
I still
agree
think
with you.
easy top of meta tier though.
Yeah.
She's still super good.
Yeah.
Really good leader. Absolutely.
Speaking
really
of
good
top
leader.
of meta tier, we have.
Yeah, speaking of the top of the meta, Shin Godzilla. Now, this is someone that every time I do a tier list or a video, even remotely mentioning Shin Godzilla, I got people coming out of the fucking woodwork to let me know that this is the best leader in the game. Okay.
Get out of here.
The ability is the heat ray. Energy cost is 5 with a cooldown of 180 seconds. So, very long cooldown, very expensive. Deals X amount of damage and burn to all enemy units on the battlefield and lowers your opponent's stored energy by 4. Burning deals 50 damage to afflicted units every second for 8 seconds. It does worse burning than Desghidorah does.
The only thing that doesn't make sense of his ability is the fact that you basically put yourself at a disadvantage. Like, why?
Yeah.
Yep.
His leader ability takes so long, and then at the very tail end of it, that's when it actually drains the enemy's energy.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
it was at
like-
the very beginning, I think it would make him more suitable, more better.
What is it? You spend 5 energy to remove 4 from your
4.
opponent, so you're down
Yeah.
1 energy anyway?
The only
Yeah,
good
that
thing
works.
is it forces them to dump their hand if they have energy.
Yeah.
And the only other good thing is if you're ahead on the battlefield, like you just kill all your units and your units are making a push, you can use it to kind of.
This also is kind of
Guess
good
what I'm-
for getting rid of pre-evolutions early game.
And free evolutions.
Oh, bases, come on. Who's using them?
Yeah.
But you know,
It's
the
getting
worst
rid
thing
of like
about
Mothras and bios.
we
Take
play
out
the
shields,
bot.
I guess.
When you play the the Shin bot, and you get the timing down, you just dump your hand, and you don't play Gauss.
Yep.
You play Gauss, it'll kill it, obviously, because the burn does deal damage. But
I
you
could
just dump
say-
your hand, and then boom, it's over. It's,
I got the
really good.
500 wins with it pretty recently, and all I would do is BM people by taking out the last little bit of their HP with the leader ability
Yeah, that
because it
works.
hits the whole map.
I know there's a lot of
Now-
people using Rainbow
Trash.
Mothra leader. Rainbow
Would it
Mothra leader
change
with
your
swarms.
mind if I told you that his cards are red, blue, and 2 yellow, and that his range and reach are both 85?
No.
No.
Red, blue, blue, yellow.
It's
Eh.
S plus.
Nah.
Yeah, unless your
Better,
opponent
man.
has. A
I'm putting him at the
very
top of
high
bad.
cost deck. Not
Top
doing
of bad, that's fair.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
His range and his damage are halfway decent, but like the ability is it is the reverse like Ultima. Like his ability. Actually, no. Ultima's
Worse than
ability is also still
Mechagodzilla
pretty
93?
shitty.
It's worse than Mechagodzilla 93.
Yeah.
I think
In all
so.
honesty,
I think so.
Let's say Rainbow Mothra has the leader ability on a bunch of units, swarm units, and they're coming at your leader, and all you have to do is pop that leader ability. You wipe out that whole shield of all those units.
Are you saving this leader ability for one use on Mothra's
Yeah.
shield, or are you gonna knock them
Well, you
back
never-
with
it's all
MechaGodzilla like 4
situational.
times during the
It's
match?
all situational. I see what you're saying, but
I
it's all
think that's a
situational.
bit too much of
I
a niche
guess.
case.
I think
But
if
yeah.
the attack, not the attack speed, I think if
not
the
usually a-
cooldown, I think if it was like a 3-cost ability, so that way you're positive on the energy gain, and it was like 100-second cooldown, or like 130, it would probably
Only
be a
Toho
lot
knows
better.
why they did it
He
like
was
that.
this
Only
close to
Toho
greatness.
knows.
This close.
I know,
Give Shin his own tier.
I'm gonna give him the tier of, here's our first anniversary
Negative
character, we're
energy.
gonna make him unusable dog shit.
I mean, it's got good range. I think actually Sus said that Mongler. So I mean, give it mid, maybe
No.
low mid.
Like this.
Or the new tier called mid.
I
Maybe,
can
with the-
maybe get on the train that it is not in the same tier as Hedorah, but I don't think he's better than these other 3 guys.
That's
I
fair.
might use
Yeah, that's
Hedorah.
fair.
I don't know. That's about the same.
Do
Yeah,
it.
might fuck around and the Hedorah speaking tonight. Like, come on, like no one's
Hands,
using
I want to see
Hedorah.
you running Hedorah right after this.
I want to see you. I want to see you run Shin.
I got my 500 wins with all of them, so I have.
I mean,
My
yeah. you
hats
got
off
them
to you, man.
achievements. Good
That must have
job,
been
bro.
painful.
You ain't lying.
It is painful.
All right, I got the next leader for you guys. Got the next
Real
one.
quickly
Oh.
though, just for the audience, how long does it usually take to get a leader to 500 wins?
Oh yeah, how long would it take for someone to normally get it? I just got the 500 with Godzilla 2024 yesterday or the day before, but I haven't really been playing super hard. But I am like in the top 100.
Because I think if you played it like back to back nonstop, and each match was like 3 minutes, I think it's like 9 hours.
Yeah,
not
it
that
feels
bad.
like a million years though.
It takes me about
It feels like a
4 or
million
5
years.
days.
I
Exactly.
had like 100 wins with Mecha-King Ghidorah this season. I got that lead icon like a week ago, bruh. I was just grinding that lead icon out because he's really solid.
Yeah, if you grind hard, you can get it in the first week, week and a half.
It takes
Oh,
me
yeah.
like 4 or 5
Yeah.
days, depending on how well I'm doing.
I bet you could just knock it out. Like if you just like if I had like a Saturday where I had literally nothing to do, I could probably knock it out in like 5 hours.
Yeah, right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Because
Put
like
your mind to it, you'll
eventually,
get it done.
eventually people will just see your name and just give up. If you
not
like
happening
win
with me.
against
It's not
them.
those are my
me.
favorite wins.
It happens all the time.
All right, next leader, SpaceGodzilla. Photon field, energy cost is 2, cooldown is 120 seconds, produces 6 crystals across the battlefield, and increases damage dealt by allied units near them by 20%. He's 2 green, a blue, and a yellow.
It's
I want to
garbage.
love
It
this
used
leader
to be
so
good.
bad. I want
it
to
used
love
to
it.
be-
I think
Well,
he
it
is like
used
at
to
the
be good.
bottom of solid.
He used to be
Yeah.
good. Pretty good.
I could go
I
with
like-
that.
I
I
think
think he has
his
good range. I think he has. The only thing that I don't like about Space Godzilla leader is they need to do something with the crystals. I know it's in a
No,
random
no,
spot,
no,
but
stop.
they need to add a little more crystals. I think
No.
I think I've had so many uses where I've used Space Godzilla leader and it just did crystals in
Dude,
some weird
I've-
spot that had nothing to do with any of the units, and it did nothing. It just did nothing
I've
for me.
used him so many times. And I'm telling you right now, 80% of the times the crystals were pretty good. Like
I was gonna say,
10% of the time, they're
this
bad,
season
and
especially.
10% they win games, but it's just a horrible leader nowadays compared to the
Probably
leaders
good on
now.
Hollow Earth.
Well, the crystals right now, if you do a crystal on Hollow Earth and it spawns in the lava and a unit tries to lock onto that, they're just gonna get
Wait.
stuck. Like they can't
What?
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
That happened
okay.
on, I think that happened on stream or in one of my videos where like Kong wanted to pounce on a crystal, but it was in the lava and he like couldn't path to it, so he just stood there for like a minute.
That
I
happened
had
in
a-
24
pretty
one
cool.
time. Happened
That-
to
Right,
me.
my
that's pretty cool. So
meta.
I'm gonna use Space Godzilla on Hollow Earth. I'm gonna use that leader on Hollow Earth to do that.
I had my Gigan 04 latch
that's all you
onto a crystal out there and just try to pull himself, but couldn't pull himself through the lava and was just stuck. And I'm like,
right?
no,
That's all you do, right?
Typical battle line shit.
I also think the
think-
crystals are particularly good this season for Scar King and Kong, because Kong's
Yeah.
just gonna pounce the crystals and Scar King's gonna try to lasso them. But
Yeah.
they do
True.
they do juice up G24.
Yeah,
he
I
eats
do.
those crystals for breakfast.
I think with the
absolutely.
crystals,
It-
if instead of being completely randomized, if they would at least like start spawning a bit closer to
Mhm.
where your units are, so when you're doing a push, the crystals would naturally kind of more land in that area instead of completely cross map on the side of the leader, right behind the leader, where it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, also, before we move on, I noticed melee Jet Jaguar singular points not in the leaders; it's underneath.
Oh, yep. There. I knew I was forgetting somebody.
Yep.
Well, that just goes to show you Jet Jaguar singular points up next, everybody. We didn't forget him. Jet Jaguar singular point is here. It wouldn't be a leader tier list if I didn't forget someone was a leader, because they're just never ever used. Jet Jaguar singular point, his all-encompassing strike, it deals 2, or that deals, oh my god, I'm brain dead. It costs 2. Its cooldown is 120 seconds. He deals X amount of damage in a circle and increases the movement speed of allied units with range 60 or more on the battlefield by 50% for 15 seconds. He's red, blue, and 2 yellow.
I fought a dude today like 8 times who just lived, breathed, and died. Jet Jaguar 21. My heart goes out to him for trying to get that 500 wins.
Now,
I ran into
before-
2 of them in the last couple of days.
Before we discuss the viability of him or not, I will let you know, because I'm looking at the list, that out of a possible 101 characters in the game, or things that have a listed movement speed, he will buff 61 of them.
Wow.
So he will buff more than half of the roster of this game.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
He's...
But would you want to do that over Gigan?
No,
Or-
no.
Yeah,
No.
and also speed is kind of a hard one to like use, because sometimes you might just get something shredded by accident.
I will also say, for leaders that do stuff with speed, the game was a lot slower 2 years ago, 3 years ago when he came out. A lot slower. Now units are crossing the map in like, I don't know, 7
now
seconds
you're
less,
dealing with
6 seconds.
Ariake, G24, Kong.
Shit, Kong jumps like a quarter mile
Yeah.
to get to where he wants to go, and he's on the other side of the map.
It's weird to get a more traditional speed unit like Scar King and Shimo
Mhm.
when they feel so slow, even though they're like a bit higher than average.
But I
Yeah.
wouldn't want
Star
Shimo to
Kings, at
be
least.
any other faster.
I
Oh
wouldn't want
my
Shimo
god,
any
she's
other
perfect.
way.
all right, hold on, calm down there.
Oh, sorry, whoa. Oh, excuse me.
Mute that mic. I think Jet Jaguar is just fine. I think he's like pretty mid. I don't think he's like the worst in mid, but his ability is not very good right now. I maintain to this day that TS Dragon was onto something all those years ago when he was trying to convince everyone that Jet Jaguar was a good leader. I think he was maybe onto something back then, but I think as the meta has progressed into 2024, 2023, he's just not it. Albeit he does affect a lot of units, so halfway decent at least.
Freaking
Yeah.
horrible.
He's all right.
He's all right.
You know, I'll never use him, but he's all right.
I would never touch him, but he's all right.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Kind of mad he doesn't block like the first like 5 hits or something he takes.
If he uses his leader ability, he should just gain like one of the blocks.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
That would be fun. Built-in Rainbow Mothra. You see a Kiryu leader charging up, and you just pop that. That would be hilarious.
We need more leaders who can negate the evil that Kiryu leader has.
The Scourge.
Scourge.
You know, Kamen Rider can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we need
Kamen
more
Rider
than
can.
just Kamen Rider.
And so can
Kamen Rider
Rainbow.
and Kong, I believe, can.
Kong, how does he do it?
Well, because he jumps when he hits his axe, doesn't he?
No, we're talking about leaders. But yes,
Leaders.
Kong will
No,
jump
yeah,
over the
Kong
Absolute
leader,
Zero
2021
cannon.
Kong.
Yeah, yep.
He jumps when he does his leader ability?
I believe.
Yeah, he jumps
does.
forward. He jumps
he does
forward.
jump,
It's
but
like
Does
running.
that dodges the Absolute Zero cannon?
I
think it does.
I've never heard of that.
Jumps forward?
User, I can tell
You have
the
a
monkey
leader that jumps forward?
He jumps up, but yeah.
More
you should test
Mortician,
that.
get on that. I know you're watching this stream. Go test that.
I think that should be tested before we do any confirming on that one.
A leader
that's
that we
true.
can confirm stats for, though, is Ultraman. That's another segue for you right there, gentlemen. Ultraman has the Spacium Beam. It costs 4. Its cooldown is 120 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a straight line, and for allied units on the battlefield, excluding self, increases attack power by 20% and movement speed by 30% for 10 seconds, and his cards are blue, yellow, yellow, yellow. I think this ability is kind of garbage.
I think he's mid, if anything.
He's
'Cause isn't it true he can't even hit a rival Ultraman?
I'm so sad and mid. They nerfed his range for being a leader. It's so sad.
Yeah, he's 70. He's 70 now for range
Instead
and
of
reach.
80.
Yeah.
I pray that the next Ultraman collab just reverts him back to his.
He does have
Susan
piercing
Lee
though as a
stats.
lead. He does have piercing.
It's not enough to save him. I'm sorry.
Do you think he's better or worse than the Shin Godzilla?
I
think he's better than Shin.
I think he's better.
Not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
As
it
the
sucks
number
because
one
he's such an
Ultraman
iconic
blazer.
character too. Yeah, oh yeah, you for sure. I like Ultraman a lot. I'm very upset with the nerf to this day. I will never forgive them for 2 years ago
what were they
ruining
thinking?
my boy. He was so good.
Yeah.
I was having so much fun with Ultraman.
He's the reason I fell in love with this game. I started the season, Shin Godzilla came out, and then
Mhm.
like halfway through, and then Ultraman came out, and I'm like, oh my god.
It's crazy because the season where they nerfed
So
Ultraman
sad.
is the season where there was a unit that like perfectly countered him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Ultraman
who
was-
I don't remember who it was though.
Ultraman was the first person I tried to buy a pack for just to get him because you had to have him on your team at that time.
We we spent so much on this channel trying to pull One Piece of Ultraman and didn't get it that I made a rant
Oh,
video about it.
I remember that.
And hold on. And I emailed Toho about it, and then in the next 2 updates they added the offer odds on all of their things. So you're
Melee, we'll have
welcome.
to
Ul-
talk
That was
about
when
it
they just
off
had the
stream.
scam
I
map,
don't
right?
I don't want to admit on recording how much I spent to get Shimo because I could not fucking pull her day one.
It's
I had to pull Shimo from fragments. I had to pull Godzilla 2003 from fragments.
That's how I got Orga.
I pulled Kong from fragments. I pulled Shimo first try.
Let's just
So I got Orga.
say I where's my Scar King? What level's my Scar King right now? Let's just say I got 4 Scar Kings and at least 5 or 6 of the others between G24 and Kong Beast before I got Shimo.
That's
I
insane.
had to use fragments to unlock G24, and I had so many Kongs, and now my G24 is level 26.
I won't
Bro.
say the number on stream, but there is a stream on this channel, and it is the Destoroyah stream. That might be the most we spent on one night trying to get 1 unit. I won't say the number, but if you count the
That was bad.
the
Mistakes
it
I've
was
made.
insane. It was bad. It was really
This game makes
bad.
us act up, man.
Oh yeah.
That was before the 4,500 packs, so you only had the
Mhm.
scam maps.
Yep, that's what I did with Ultraman. I had to buy I
Yeah.
must have bought I don't know, 30 of them, and I didn't get it. And then I wrote Toho a really nasty email, and then I made a video about it. And then 2 seasons later, they're like, "Oh well, here's the real odds of everything on
That
all
sounds
of
like
our
a skill
offers."
issue, Melee.
This is why Giant Octopus.
It was
sucked. They
before
were
I
like,
was-
Screw you.
I wasn't a master gambler then. Now I'm just so good at it. I spit in my
took-
hands and I rub them together and I click a button and I get the character on the first try every time now.
The gaming beaver will never know our pain.
Oh, hell
He
no.
has it. I don't want to speak ill of Gaming Beaver. He has it so fucking good now. He wouldn't last a second in the asylum that raised me, bro. I'm going crazy over here.
Man, I was going crazy to get Kiryu when he launched. Oh my goodness.
Bro, they.
Ugh.
Oh, okay, I gotta continue. Otherwise, I'm gonna go on a rant about how much it took me to get certain characters like Jaguar Singular Point.
Wait, what? Is that a leader? Like again, like I don't see. I'm just here for like leaders that are leaders.
Blood's not even in the conversation. He has no idea what's going
I
on.
don't really know. Like Jaguar leader, like I don't know. Have you seen him? Does anybody play him?
No.
No, we're past that.
Oh.
We were talking about him as a unit. But actually, it's a good segue, Pans, because since you want to be here to talk about the leaders.
That's a horrible unit too. Have you seen the unit lately? I mean, it's
I used him the other day. I liked him a lot. He got rinsed immediately, but I liked him.
Isn't that good animation? Yeah, right. Like I mean, dude, the leader is horrible. It's bad. I don't know.
Maybe it's like
All
he
right,
looks
but
so
how
good
about
now.
this one? How about this one though? Godzilla Final Wars.
Oh.
He's got the burning G-Spark heat ray. It energy cost is 3. His cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage and knockback in a straight line and increases the movement speed, again, oh, movement speed's popular right now, of allied units with an energy cost of 5 or more on the battlefield by 50% for 15 seconds. It's green, green, blue, yellow. I think it's dog shit.
Yeah,
I think especially in this meta of like kind of lower cost quick units, it's not really viable.
Yeah, if it turned him into like Kaiser Godzilla, then he just fucking obliterated the enemy leader, he would be good. But you know,
I almost
Let
don't
him
want to
cross-map.
put him in the bad tier with G21 and Hedorah, but like, who's using this ability? You have characters that.
I faced
Why
him
is he
couple
doing a
times. I think he's, like, being
50%?
used by bots.
He
And
has
it's,
to
like, the
be.
only reason I
he
say
is
it.
There's
being used
there's
by
not a
bots.
He's
there's
the one
not a
that takes-
single soul who's like, oh, I can't wait to boost up 50% speed of a quarter of the units in this game. Like when you could use Gigan, who just does it to everybody on the ground. I mean, this guy though, he does. They don't have to be attached to the ground.
That's way better. Yeah, that's plus.
Someone asked in the chat, how is he worse than Battra? At least Battra's ability is like 30 seconds, and you can snipe someone at least with it. His range is pretty good though. His reach is 80. He's 80.
At
So he
least with
could be,
Bio's
like-
leader ability, it's just like kind of it buffs everyone who's in like a general vicinity and like in the water. It buffs everyone regardless.
I feel like his ability is useless.
Yeah.
And the leader's
Bad thing.
useless. And the leader's useless. So I don't
There's
know.
other leaders that just do it
Pretty
better than him.
Bad
Yep.
leader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
don't.
like bad's a special kind of hell for
Yeah,
leaders.
I think
so,
I think
like-
he can be. I think he can stay in the mid.
Take him round back. Take him round back.
Would you
You,
really say it's worse than Mecha-Godzilla's though?
I mean,
It's the same thing, but arguably it's better than Mecha-Godzilla's.
you know what? That is actually a good point.
No,
It is MechaGodzilla's, but better.
But Mecha-Godzilla pumps up bases if anybody
Yeah,
ever
get
used
out.
him.
And Mecha-Godzilla's an OG. He's an OG, the first to do it.
I'll put him in the middle of mid,
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
right
mid
above
of mid.
MechaGodzilla. He's in the mid of mid. An
The
argument
most
could
mid.
be made that he's ahead of Battra and Fire Rodan.
2022 was just a dark time for leaders. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
It's a dark time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dark time until they buffed leaders.
it was feast or famine in 2022 for leaders.
Didn't they buff the leaders in 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
I think they buffed
Right.
the leaders during the Orga season, right?
2020.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was.
Oh,
I
was
think
that this
August
year?
season. Yeah.
no, it
Oh,
was
shit.
Vector.
No, it was definitely earlier than that,
was
but I
this year.
can't remember.
No, they buffed
think it was
they
Megalon.
buffed
Was
all
it
the
during
leaders
the
a while
-1
ago.
season?
I think it was
Oh,
Megalon.
I think,
Megalon.
I think it was the Megalon season. I think you're right.
Yeah, it was Megalon. It was Megalon season.
The
And then they didn't
G99
introduce
season.
any leaders in the Megalon season either.
They did. It was 99. It was
No,
No.
Megalon.
Megalon
99
came
out the
with
same
Kaiser
season.
Ghidorah, no?
That's right. That's right. Yep. 99. 99 and
Yeah.
Megalon.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was Kaiser Ghidorah alone?
Yeah, he was.
No.
Or
No.
Yeah, Kaiser was alone because he had his own season.
Yeah. That was a shitty season.
I think it was him and an alt. I think it was him and alt.
no,
Kiryu,
alt
wasn't it?
Alt
didn't
No.
exist yet.
Ult came out during
Hmm.
Orga season.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right,
it was
that's
just. Yeah, no, Kaiser was by himself completely.
Oh, all right. Well,
Got it.
next leader then. I don't know how to segue into the next one.
You're trying. We appreciate you for
Get
it.
in the robot melee.
Eva 01, which with Go Berserk. Energy causes 5, cooldown is 150 seconds, steals 15% of the current HP of the enemy leader unit, and 80% of other enemy units on the battlefield. She is 2 red, a green, and a blue.
Okay, to be fair, at this point, I am surprised I do not see more of this guy.
Yeah, right.
You
Like-
can't make it work. I mean, it costs 5. Does it not cost 5? Do you set
It is
does
5.
cost
It's
5.
5 with 150 second cooldown. Her reach is 70
5.
70. Her attack speed is 2.3.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it is
5
just
5
leveling.
mana.
Especially
no, I've never had a problem with it. It costs 5. 5 for that ability is sort of kind of
Fair.
detrimental because it's cost
Mhm.
5. You need a lot of stuff out. You need certain specific positions for it to happen.
you also have to keep in mind that when
We
she
never
does
used
this
it.
ability, she enters an animation where she's totally defenseless for like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
True.
And it looks super cool, but even in her preview video, she's getting absolutely waxed by like the Kamacuras while she's in the middle of doing it. So
Yeah, that's right. Because even though the Eva floats into the air, she can still be hit by like all ground units, right?
yes,
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
insane.
she is, I think, probably at like the top of mid, because like
Yeah.
the ability is good.
It's good.
The
to
way
do.
it's
That
used
one
is
hacker
not
knows-
good.
That one hacker was the best, you know.
Yeah, he could pop it every like 10 seconds. Like, the ability is good. The trance she enters is terrible, and then the cost and cooldown is atrocious. But the ability, like, the block of text that is the ability, like, is good.
Yeah.
But everything else about it is, like, not.
And she
Great.
got Pierce, but like, if only the guns on the Evas actually work correctly. So like,
Yeah. If all the Evas weren't just broken, and not in the fun way, like, they would be good.
They're so bad. Even like I don't even know. Like, can we just skip over all of them? Wait, is there?
Well,
even
I have
that.
news for you, Pans. There's only one that's a leader. So we're
Yeah,
done.
Right? Exactly. Frick. Yeah, they're so bad. The Eva collab. Like, does Toho have a problem with Eva? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is there history?
I
no,
I
Toho
can't
produced
imagine.
the Rebirth or the
Yeah, they
rebuild.
made the new ones.
Yeah.
And the new ones are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, to
crazy.
be fair, Tahoe has been trying to kill some of their own monsters though.
But
Tahoe?
why-
What?
Tahoe,
what?
Lake Tahoe, bro. Wait,
Oh,
what?
The cars?
Yo, but why were the Evas so bad? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm still getting new to this. I'm still new to this. Like, why were the Evas so bad? Like, we had a huge Eva collaboration, and they were all.
I think it's because
No, they were.
they're making them unique, but they went for style over substance, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Their
Yeah.
animations
I agree with that.
all of them.
Like
Evo
all of
01
them,
was
all of them
incredible.
are so cool, and they all do really cool
Or not
shit.
Evo
But
01,
it
Evo
like is
00.
executed so poorly, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly.
and
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting another Eva collab anytime soon because Gynax went bankrupt recently. So like
Did they really?
yeah, so the
No,
Eva
it might
rights
Yeah,
are
but-
kinda-
Eva, yo, we could just.
But they're
take
still
it
making
over.
Eva stuff, cause
Well, no,
what is it?
'cause,
Production IG is taking
all
over
of the
their
yeah,
stuff,
all
right?
of their series are getting split up to companies that are going to be entrusted with holding them. So like eventually Eva.
All right,
will be-
Toho, time to buy up your rights so you don't have to remove them from the game anymore.
Oh man, Legendary is gonna swoop them up and.
Don't even say that. Guillermo del Toro makes a live-action Evangelion movie.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Next
the Tim,
leader.
The Tim
Next
Burton
leader.
Evangelion movie.
Next leader. Godzilla 2001 with the heat ray, energy cost 3, cooldown is 120 seconds. It steals HP from enemy units in a circular zone. Leader units hit by this lose 10% max HP. All other units lose 60% max HP, but the ability then deals 5% damage of current HP back to self as damage. Also reduces the attack power of all enemy units in the battlefield by 45% for 20 seconds. His cards are red, green, green, blue. Why
It's
does
so
no
mad,
one
like,
use this guy?
for being so mid.
Yeah, it's so mid.
Yeah, being
It's
so
like halfway
complex.
decent.
It's
I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's
I-
terrible.
I see a G21 leader and I think free win immediately. Like
Right there with him.
I think it's like, I don't know. I think it just like has a use, but I don't really like that it deals damage back.
yeah, it's for the saltiest leaving the game ever. Just like wait until you're at 1 health and then kill yourself.
Oh, the chat, Brahma asks in the chat, does steal HP mean recover? No, it doesn't. We thought that originally. Stealing HP just means he's removing it. He doesn't actually gain anything, which sucks. If he healed himself off of this, it would be really good.
I'm kind of
Dog
sad that GMK Godzilla, his damage back to himself isn't 10%, so he can kill himself after Kiryu hits him.
10% of max HP. Yeah, right. Like
It's the ultimate, I'll just kill myself. Wow, you gotta do it.
just beat the trains. Do it. You know.
Hit him with the
You can't kill me
sayonara.
before I kill me.
I'm
Pop
not
the
letting you take this
sayonara.
win.
I'm many people I have seen mistime that and they just completely miss.
They do it right before overtime starts.
I think the only thing that saves him is his AoE, but like even then, that's not that great.
That's not saving him. He's horrible.
I like the AoE and I like removing all the health from people, but like it's still like not very good.
Yeah, horrible.
You know whose ability is also not very good?
We got a lot of
Way to bury the lead.
I will fight you on this next
MechaGodzilla
one.
2021. The A74 Proton Scream Cannon. Energy cost is 3. The cooldown is 120 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a straight line and inflicts enemy aerial attribute units on the battlefield with a low flying state for 30 seconds. You can use this ability twice a match.
Hey, so listen, earlier in the match, I was using Gigan. A plane was conveniently flying by. I popped the lead ability. He killed the plane, and I won the match. I think that's one right there being
Yeah,
a
no,
great
Energy 21 is like currently my main leader right now. Like you guys probably see me around a lot. The leader ability is pretty good because that means Kong can target leaders. Like a lot of people are for some reason are using Thousand Year Dragon a lot recently, and Kong just catches them out with MG leader ability. And also
And
the
it
fact that-
cross maps, doesn't it? Like
Yep,
it hits the enemy
cross
leader
maps,
too.
It hits the leader, and that I've gotten wins by that a couple times. I'd say it's a better version of Battra's snipe anyway.
Interesting.
I think I can't get behind that. It is literally a better version of Battra Snipe.
What is it, 4
Yeah,
cost or 3 cost?
It is 3 cost, 120 seconds.
That's freaking awesome.
With its card abilities, 2 red, 2 yellow, it's like
You could lower that.
great.
Yeah.
It's great options, I guess is the word to put it. But
So,
I'd say-
I haven't
For
with
the low
the
flying state ability, I would prefer the Waka Bio because you're getting that more frequently throughout the match. But in a pinch, that could
you
be
could
a
use
pretty
why not
much
both?
ability.
I'd
Why not
say
both?
MG21 is
Why not
underrated
both?
and he's
You're
better
right.
than people give him credit for, but I wouldn't say
Mhm.
he's up there with like Destroyer or anything like that. Nowhere
Yeah.
near that.
I have him
but
at the
he's
bottom
better
of
than
solid.
give him worth.
Yeah, I think bottom of solid works because
Yeah.
like, yeah.
He's a great underdog. I know I've seen
hope-
some
I hope
people
we
get
see it more
mad
now.
that they get beat by an MG21 leader.
I mean, he has a gimmick. It's just you have to hopefully have someone with flyers.
You get big bit MG.
Yeah, there's not a ton of flyers going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's.
I hope we see more of MG21 leader.
Alright, before we go to next leader, we gotta mute Pans, kick him out, something.
No, oh wait, we're on the K.
Actually, I
This next leader is my goat. This is the one I used for like a year and a half.
Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider is goated. I love Kamen Rider leader. Let's get into special moves. Rider kick, iconic Rider kick, of course. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 150 seconds. Deals X amount of damage in a circle and stuns all enemy units on the battlefield for 3 seconds. Immune to damage while using special move.
It's
Banger of a
literally-
leader right there. Put him in
It-
great
it-
tier.
It's the unit literally made to say "fuck you" to Kiryu. That's what it was.
It's,
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
No.
no. It's not Kiryu. It's you. You beat Kiryu leaders way before that because he used the stun to win the game.
Yep.
It's
He
way
uses
played.
his alternate attacking for flying and ground-based units.
All you
Mhm.
guys in this chat know. All you guys in this chat know. You've seen it. I used it. I've used it against you all. It's pretty crazy, right? Like I get a push down, I stun, and I win, right? It's the
I
way
mean, I
I
can't.
play.
The only thing holding him back is nobody has levels on him except for Wells. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, you don't. He's a leader. You don't
Okay,
need levels
well,
on
I mean,
because his
yeah.
Also
ability is
true.
so good.
I've
You-
not used
He
them since
admittedly
the
was
previous-
around the least amount of time of any collaboration units that we've had.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
'cause
the
Kumo.
final one to get added with Kumo in March of last year, and then was removed in December of last year.
I mean, I got mine to level 14 before he went away, so I think.
Oh yeah,
people just
mine's
need to get
16.
good. So,
Mine is
like,
16.
Yeah,
He's almost 17. I could throw
mine's
G
at
material
level
on him right now.
10, but I don't play him as a unit. I usually just exclusively as a leader.
Also,
You
he still
stunned him.
kicks air units. Like
Yes.
he's
Oh
still
my god, dude, M92.
Yeah.
Like he's,
He's
immune
completely
to
immune from
M92.
Mothra. He's
You know
completely
how-
immune from Mothra.
Yeah, you know how
Yep.
people send Mothra down, like, oh look, I'm gonna send Mothra down to kill the leader, right? Yeah, KR's just like, whatever, I'm gonna kick it. Like, you just spent 3 minutes.
I don't gotta care
Yep.
about Mothra.
Yeah,
when
I don't
I'm
care
fighting.
about that. Also,
He's not gonna
but
work on like the
he's
chibi,
got a
the one
3
chibi.
second. He's
I
got-
believe Rodan and Fire Rodan, Mothra, Rainbow Mothra, he just completely negates.
He does.
Leo as well. If you can prevent the big rush that Leo does, you can I,
mean,
think prevent Leo
sometimes
from
he
doing
does it
anything.
during the
It's-
rush, so like.
Also true.
It's
Also
so
true.
Yeah.
much more
I've
about
seen
the stun.
multiple
it's the
Leo
stun.
rushes hit.
It's the
And of
stun.
course, anyone who can cross map him or Kiryu,
It's
his
just-
ability just completely negates it because he's immune during his ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
That-
really
That
good.
is Kiryu. That's awesome. That's actually like, that's probably why I would say it's meta because of how it counters Kiryu.
It's the stun.
And-
No, it's not
Mhm.
meta. Nobody uses them. It's not. It's a stun. It's a 3-second stun. It stuns your leader. It stuns your units. It stuns anything you cast. It stuns whatever. So if I get anything on your leader, if I put anything on your leader and I stun it for 3 seconds, I win the game.
Yeah.
And
That's
why
true.
Kiryu, that's not Kiryu. That's why Kamen Rider leader is so good.
He's
Doesn't he
So-
got the
dodge?
whole package. He's
Where
got
would
the
we
whole
put
package.
him then? I have him in the meta tier under G89, above Mecha-King Ghidorah.
Under G9. All right. I mean,
I would put
all
him in front
right.
of
All right.
I could
Does
put him
he
higher.
dodge Destroyah's ability. I've never
He-
tested it.
I've never tested that.
I
either.
believe
Like,
he does.
I've never
because-
done that. Like, I mean, he should. It says immune to everything when he's doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he
It
would be
doesn't-
he would be immune to everything.
Yeah, he's.
I
I've
think
never
he would be
been in that
caught up by one
situation.
of them. I think he'd be caught by one of the slashes since the
That's
animations.
that's crazy. Like, I've never been in that situation. Like, the Death Leaders lose way before they can reach me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I mean, it could, like, yeah, that could be a thing. But
I'd put him
stuns,
above 89 personally, but
a 3-second AOE stun, 3-second AOE stun across the whole entire board.
It is a detrimental ability.
It can
It's-
wreck you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crippling.
It's wrecked most people here. It's
I
it's
think
done
the
it out
Rider
of-
ability is so
I've
much
been
better
on that.
because it only costs 2. It's so cheap.
Yep.
yeah, it's cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
great
good
in a
if you use
pinch.
it right.
Great in a
It's
pinch.
really good if you use it right. It's really good.
Yes.
You got to plan for it. It's part of the strategy. It's part of the strat. That's all. But yeah, Kamen Rider, he's for me best leader. That's all.
Well, I got for you another complex leader
Goated leader.
ability.
Goated.
Not as complex.
Goated. This next one's
MechaGodzilla 1974. Defense Neo
yeah.
Barrier. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 120 seconds. Restores HP of all allied units and facilities in a circular area around self by 6% of maximum HP every second for 5 seconds. And reduces damage taken by allied units and facilities in a circular area around self to 80% for 30 seconds. And his cards are green, green, blue, yellow.
Yeah, Melee, you know I've caught you out with the MechaGodzilla leader a few times.
Yep.
The
That is hard one to
ability-
get through.
The ability is so good in a pinch. It won't negate things, and it can be overridden by things like Mogera. But when used right, it can completely save a push from
Also,
things like AOE's and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also
Mm-hmm.
great against Kiryu.
Yeah.
I-
I mean,
Yep,
but
also
she
great
had
against
better,
Kiryu.
Better cards.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that holds him back. And
His,
range.
well, his range and reach are 75.
I think he's great. I find him more obnoxious when I run against him rather than like, oh man, I'm gonna lose. It's more of like, oh, this is gonna take a million years to win.
Yeah, as a leader, his attack speed and his attack damage are terrible. They're not great. You would only run MechaGodzilla for his ability alone, and
Yeah.
just pray that your team's good enough that the enemy will never be at your leader.
Yeah. I have him under Ultima,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
I'd
I would
say
be
that's
willing
fair.
to put him above it because his ability is better. But Ultima just fucking hits super hard and has super long range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Ultima's borderline meta.
Yeah.
Where he's
Also
at,
true.
So I mean,
the defense Neo barrier, it's cheap. The fact that it heals a lot more than you kind of expect, and then the defense up it gives, it's great. A lot of you guys know I used MechaGodzilla for like 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
He's an insane leader. He's one of my favorites.
All right, reasonable. Another leader that when I see them, I basically consider the game locked down and a free win is King Ghidorah 2019. Gravity beams, energy cost is 5, its cooldown is 150 seconds. It deals X amount of damage to enemy units on the battlefield and increases the attack power of all allied units except self by 20% for 15 seconds. Its cards are red, 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 blue. So you want to basically use him to juice up your units. Attack power cards. He's boosting attack power in general for 20% for 15 seconds. Somehow this is worse than Kong.
I don't know
Alright.
how they made this so disappointing, man.
I'm gonna give honorable mention to.
He's also stun resistant as a leader.
Because when Price runs him, he's a pain in the ass to fight.
I love facing Price when he runs him. He casts that shit and I just beat him. I mean, it's just, it does a little bit of damage. It tickles. It does this. It's not, I mean, great.
I mean,
My issue is I think I was running too many Evos, and that shit just wrecks your Evos when he's got a level 30.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I feel that.
It costs too much. It doesn't do quite enough.
I think like the Kong one is better.
It's
I mean,
slow.
the Kong is still 20% for 15 seconds, but the Kong one costs 1.
Yeah.
And the cooldown is way, way lower. This guy's cooldown is, what did I say it was? Or
It's
his cost is
150.
5 and it's 150 is ridiculous. If this was 2 cost or 3 cost at like 120 second cooldown, fine. Like I get it. 5 cost for 150 seconds of this is terrible.
I think the damage could be a bit bigger too. I think if it was increased a bit, not like outrageously increased.
It is
but...
what it is, and it's fucking horrible. Like, I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. We're doing a leader tier list. It is what it is. It is freaking horrible.
I'm putting him in
freaking horrible
bad.
as
I'm
it is
putting
right
him at the
now.
top of bad. Because the
Yeah.
ability
Maybe when they
is
introduce
good.
Rodan, eventually, someday,
Yeah.
I pray, they'll buff leader Ghidorah.
The
I was gonna
ability
say-
is good because it's no different than Kong. It is like almost 1-to-1. It is 1-to-1 with Kong's ability, except he does damage to like the entire field. But it is so expensive that it makes it useless. You're never gonna pop this for 5. You're gonna place a unit for 5, probably.
You can pop it for 5. I'll take that free win.
Exactly. Like you're gonna pop this, you're gonna do a little bit of damage, and then I'm just gonna mob through you. Especially Kong is immune.
I mean, except for the couple of times where every time you pop it, it just turns the screen purple, you know, like...
Oh, yeah. The ultimate distraction, actually.
It's done that twice since that leader has existed.
Gameplay intended.
It's done it literally every single time I've seen it this entire season. I see
Was
it
that
one of the
patched yet?
They patched it.
It did,
Yeah,
they did
like-
patch it.
But I mean, 2 separate seasons, that's been a glitch. So, like...
I didn't even see it until the beginning of this one.
Oh,
Man,
this
who
this-
was running Ghidorah leader to find that out? I wonder how long
I-
that was already
That's
in
true.
the game.
I've ran into it, like, in 2 separate months, and I was just like, oh my god, what is this?
Oh, I got the next leader. This is one that I legitimately never ever see, ever. Period. Ever.
I've seen them. I've seen a couple of them. I know Lego runs it very frequently.
He does.
Yeah.
Godzilla 1999. Hyper Destructive Pulse. Energy cost is 3. Cooldown is 120 seconds. Deals X amount of damage and burn for 8 seconds to enemy units in a circular area around self. Burn deals 50 damage to afflicted units every second for 8 seconds. It's 2 reds, 2 yellows. This is not a great ability.
Bad.
Why they decided
if
to
you want
remove his
burn,
burn
use
effect
Des.
from killing enemy units
Yeah.
is beyond me.
Yeah,
If they kept that, he would be
absolutely
solid.
beyond me. Yeah.
And he's a 70-70. He is slow resist as a leader, though.
No.
Wow.
Because you're going to be doing a lot of moving around with him.
Oh, it's not like the movement for leaders is like at a specific speed for every single one when you go into overtime or
It's
anything.
bad. That is
Well,
not
hey,
a
when they
good
go into
ability.
overtime, that's when you can slow your leader down. Thank goodness 2000 is immune.
He's got the leader ability that hits everything around him. You want him to be faster. He has to be faster. He hits everything
Thank
around
goodness
him.
he can get closer to the enemies during overtime quicker.
That's the whole point. He's got a leader ability that hits everything.
Just
Like, he has to be
reasons that
faster, bro.
Kiryu beam.
And you know what? On paper, his leader kit is decent. On paper.
On paper, yeah.
Yeah, in practice, this is terrible.
Yeah, that explosion did
Yeah.
like 4K damage or something insane. Like, great.
Just explodes your
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
battery.
But no.
I wish it did, like, knockback. If it knocked units away, like, okay,
The
cool.
99's leader ability just bricks the opponent's
Yo, I'd run him then. Yo, I'd definitely run him then.
I put him in the top of bad tier.
Okay.
I don't think he's very good.
That's fine.
I'd say that's fair.
Now, for a leader that I do think is very good,
Who is also in the bad tier. No, I'm kidding.
is Gamera. Gamera with the fireballs. Energy cost is 3, cooldown is 90 seconds, deals X amount of damage and knockback to enemy units in a fan shape, and increases the damage taken by enemy aerial units on the battlefield by 50% for 20 seconds. He is a red, green, blue, yellow card.
Mainly
I think
this was
he
your bread and
rules.
butter for a bit.
I love
He's
Gamera. I think Gamera
He's
rules.
so good. He's
He's
such
great.
a good leader.
When he was rented, I
not
was
have
using him. I got the
list.
500 wins with him in like 2 days.
Yeah, that extra 50% against flyers. It's no, that extra 50% means your flyers are dead. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it applies it before the damage from his ability. so.
It
Yeah.
just kills any flyer. Any flyer's dead. But the ability is really cool, right? But what about his range? What about his reach? What about his
His reach is 90. It's
Oh, that's
so
right.
good.
His reach and range are 90, and his attack speed is 2.2 seconds.
Yeah,
He
and
hits
he just
fast
hits.
and he hits
He's
far.
insane.
He is the
Yeah, he's
third
good.
best range for leaders.
I don't know why they decided to give him so much range for his claw hits, because they obviously do not. The
Yeah.
animation is not that
Hey,
far.
hey, stop with the freaking turtle discrimination. We love turtles here.
No, great.
No, we love
the
Gamera.
Flying Giant
Gamera
Ninja Turtle
rules.
of Doom. I love him.
And
But
even
it's
yeah.
he's got
And
the
these
range,
children.
and that fucking ability is crazy because I swear it says plus 50%, but they send TYD, they send this, they send that. If I pop that ability, it kills any flyer. It kills any
Yep.
flyer.
Yep.
It
There have been a few
also,
times
like,
this season where people have used it against like my G24, and it still will kill him. Like it'll push him away and kill him.
It's got a stupid amount of knockback. It's got massive like cone. It's good. It's
This
so
is
good.
what MechaGodzilla 93 wishes.
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I put him on the top of great tier, but I think
I
he
think
could be S, but there's not a lot of flyers that are particularly good at the moment.
I
He's
think
not
that's
this
so
season,
good,
but
though,
generally-
like-
Yeah,
Then
that's
his
what this
His
season-
double hit is able to
No,
counter comp.
Then
he only shoots fireballs as
true.
leader.
We
Yeah.
got the
Oh,
four-
that's right.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
he only
the
shoots
four-
fireballs.
We got the
That
four- we got
knockback
the
is
four
that
goody
knockback
units.
is deadly. That
Yeah.
We got
knockback
the,
is
no,
deadly.
but I mean, Melee is right. Sorry, Melee is right. We got the 4 goated units this season. We got 4 goated ground units. That is a detriment, a little bit.
he will be.
to Gamera.
I would say at the time that this video is live, he's probably at the top of great tier, just inched out of meta because there's not a lot of flyers. However, as soon as a good flyer enters the game, he's right back in the meta because he's going to be the way to get rid of them.
Yeah, he definitely balances on that line based on
Yep.
whether or not flyers are prevalent.
Yep.
So-
If there are flyers
he
prevalent
throws
in the
flyers.
meta, he is in the meta. If there are no flyers in the meta, he is out of the meta. That's just simply how he works.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and he keeps
I like that
it in
too.
check. Like he keeps it in check. Like if you want to send a bunch of flyers, dude, imagine if you send like 3 flyers at Gamera. You send
They're
like
dead.
15 energy worth of flyers versus Gamera. I can spend 3.
Kill them all.
I'm
Done.
up 12. I'm up 12.
Yep.
That's crazy, right? Like he will
That is
keep
pretty
the
wild.
he will keep the flyer meta in check forever. And what
Yep.
would we remember? We used to have the flyer meta, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gamera's
We had
got
a
check.
flyer meta for years. That's why Gamera was.
Wish we had him.
I-
during Love
That's
Bird.
why he exists. Gamera
Oh.
says you ain't doing that no more.
Mhm.
No more flower meta, bro.
Toho
Now-
was upset nobody was using Godzilla ever again, and they were just like, fuck.
Now we got
They made their
Gamera,
competition too strong.
right?
Speaking of flyers, our next leader is Rainbow Mothra. With the
Oh, hell yeah.
defensive
Bread and
scales,
butter.
energy cost is 3, cooldown is 100 seconds, nullifies attacks on self and allied units in a circular area around self twice. The cards on Rainbow Mothra are green, blue, yellow, and yellow. I think this is alright.
Yeah, this is a great leader.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
I
green?
cannot.
This is,
What?
this is a great leader. Absolutely. Absolutely.
hate how
I can see
small
why
the
Beaver
lead
runs him.
ability
I can
is.
see it.
I've had
Makes
many
yourself
situations
invincible.
where it has won me the game just by putting down the Kamacuras swarm, putting the leader ability on top, and just watching it did G21 damage in like you know what I mean, like in 3 seconds, just kill the leader. I was like, okay.
I
know?
think what would make it just absolutely busted top of meta is if it was 3 hits instead of 2. Could you imagine?
Don't
Oh,
you
man.
dare speak that
Wait,
like
I thought
poison
it
into
was
the
one.
world.
Yeah,
2 hits
the
is already annoying enough.
the
to
leader
deal with.
the leader providing 2 hits is great. However, I much rather would have the unit and just do it for 1 every time I deploy him.
It's also much bigger as a unit. For
Yeah.
Because they
You have-
buffed that, but not.
You have to
the
play a lot closer to your leader, and then everything's grouped up, and then they dimension tide you or they sonde you if you're knee, and it's just like miserable.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see what you're saying, Mailer.
But I got him in the
think
bottom of
Rainbow
grade.
Rainbow Mothra is one of those characters that I think it's better as a unit, and to use its leader ability, the unit achieves the same goal as the leader ability.
Yeah.
It's skill based great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put him
I
at the
still
bottom
think
of
it's a
grade.
great
I moved
leader, though.
Desghidorah up above him
Yeah.
because I think Desghidorah is better overall, but I don't
Absolutely.
think Rainbow Mothra is terrible.
Okay, put it solid. All right. You're.
I already did it.
Wait.
Now, a leader that I think a lot of people do like, but a lot of people aren't using properly is Godzilla Wakasa Bay.
I've been
The ability is
so many
Heat
people
Ray.
run this guy this season.
Energy
is my
cost
bread
is
and butter.
2. The cooldown is 20 seconds. He deals X amount of damage in a straight line. His damage increases the more his special move is used, and it will do the maximum amount of damage after you've used it 5 times. His reach and his range are 79. His default attack speed is 5. His cards are red, green, yellow. You can reduce the cooldown on this ability.
That's insanity.
At the same time,
That is
how many
broken.
times have you seen somebody use the ability at the beginning of the match?
So
That's
many
when you gotta
every
use
time.
it.
Ton.
Just
You
a
pop
waste.
it you
Yeah.
waste it in the beginning as soon as the match starts.
Why are you doing that? Like, do not do that. Do not use the ability at the beginning of the match. Like, it's
Yeah.
It's such a
Can you
horrible way.
please deal damage the first ability? Like, I don't. Why do people do that? They want to.
You should really be
They want the
using that
stronger one.
ability to deal damage and build up every time. If you just use it to
The-
build up at the start of the match, you're wasting energy.
Yeah,
Only
it's just a
exception
waste.
All I'm
is if
saying,
you have a
with
huge
that
push.
leader, that's all I'm saying. And these guys do it. And what do you do?
The only exception
win
is when you have
after
a
they
huge
do that.
push, and if like you literally cannot play anything, and you're like, all right, well I gotta burn energy. Well, I might as well
I
make
ain't
it
doing
stronger.
that. I'll cast
What?
bio. I'll cast chimneys. I'll cast something. Like, I ain't just
The-
gonna use my leader ability to do no damage. I ain't gonna, what is
It's
it,
more
2?
of a skill issue thing
it
than a
2?
leader thing, because his attack speed is 5 seconds. If they pop the ability, the heat ray, they just lost out on a metric fuck ton of damage. I'm just gonna start hitting them for all they're worth, and it's gonna take them 5 seconds to respond to just one of my characters.
No,
Well,
that's deceptive.
hold on,
Because he
there's-
starts attacking right away. It just takes 5 seconds for him to finish all 3 of his attacks.
Yes.
That's
it's
also
legit.
okay.
Also,
I
same
forgot.
tech for you.
Yeah.
When he does his third attack, hit the beam because it resets his cooldown and he'll immediately go into the next 3.
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So I have him at the
Listen,
top
he
of
is-
solid. Do you
no.
think he should be higher?
Oh no,
Kiryu
he's,
is
he's greater.
going to
than
meta.
He's meta.
He's
I,
meta.
I,
Meta
think, I
propaganda
think the reason
time.
why you don't see
I
him
grabbed
as
the
much
wrong
is because
one.
people just don't have levels into him yet.
Mine is
Yeah, mine's
normal,
almost
and
need
I've been
levels.
running him for months.
Melee, you grab.
I'll be
Eva.
honest, you don't
I got it.
need levels like
Fixed
that.
it.
You could fuck around
He
with
is
level
so
5.
good.
I mean,
gotta
mine's only
choose-
level 11, and at the maximum, he is doing 2,700 damage.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He is so goddamn
Mine's
good. I
currently
got
level
accused
21.
of cheating.
He's the one I'm gonna like go for 500 wins after I finish with Mecha.
I get behind
Yeah.
that. He's used all the time for some great leader damage. I
Put him
get the
in
jump
bad
on a lot of them, but
He also has a really weird range too, so he catches a lot
Yeah.
of like units before they even get to him.
There's not
He-
a lot of units
near
that
max
have
charge.
more than 79 range. He has just enough range to hit Mogera 94, but he's one range short of hitting like Ultraman.
Ultraman. Yeah, until it gets pushed
He-
by your own units, just a tiny nudge. He gets
He
shot to
only
hell.
cannot hit Ultraman, Earth, the 10th Angel, Super MechaGodzilla, Mothra 19, Manila, Markolite Cannon, if for whatever reason Markolite Cannon is up there, Ultima, Zeton, and Super X.
When I was making the leader range tier list, I had to like triple take to check if that was actually his range because I was like, why the hell is it like 79 or whatever the hell it was?
I know, I saw it too. I thought I was like, because I made the sheet on the Google Doc, and I was like, all right, 60, 60, 70, 80, 85. He's the only character that's not in like a multiple of 5.
Yeah.
It's him and one other character that has this 79.
Can kids teleport Markolite Cannon?
No.
No.
You can't teleport facilities.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, you know what?
Funny.
You are right. There is one other character who has
It's,
the same.
Orga.
It's Orga. It's Orga
Yeah.
with 79 range.
It's so weird.
So weird.
Your favorite 99.
Gotta be a glitch. It's gotta be a glitch.
It's Cope. But I can get behind that Waka is in the meta tier.
When
That sounds
when
pretty
that
reasonable.
ability is almost full charge, it'll one-shot M92s. It'll one-shot the Chibi Duo. It just like ruins pushes. And
And
the
also-
really good. And in overtime,
Also on the Hollow Earth
sniper
map,
leader, but-
on the Hollow Earth map, it goes down
Yeah.
down lane, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty good
It's about
distance.
half the map. It's just busted. Like I said, I got accused of cheating because of he's so good. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, you get
Take that
accused
for
of
what it's
being good at cheating.
Well, when do you not usually, fans?
What, me? No, I don't get to choose a Keaton. I do the good stickers. Hey, go. Nobody gets me cheating. I'm nice.
My favorite thing to watch though is when I was using Minilo and just seeing people waste that 2 energy to obliterate that little runt.
Okay, but to be fair, everyone wants to shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
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 yes,
yeah.
100%.
I only stopped using them because this season's so powerful.
There's too much going around this season. But you know
Yeah.
who's good at stopping the units this season?
Well done.
Is Super MechaGodzilla. Thank you. That's a good transition.
Damn, these segues.
Yes, it was.
Super MechaGodzilla. He has the ability all weapon attack. Energy cost is 4. The cooldown is 150 seconds. It deals X amount of damage and stuns for 3 seconds, just like Kamen Rider. And then it slows everyone on the battlefield, all the enemies at least, for 10 seconds. And his cards are red, green, blue, blue. He has 100 reach, and his attack speed is 3 seconds, but he has a juicer of an attack, like, width, like his... And he has piercing.
Yeah.
I think Toho realized their mistake of giving such a busted leader ability to Kamen Rider, a limited unit, so they gave it to MechaGodzilla like as soon as possible.
Yep, they just gave MechaGodzilla a slightly better version of it.
I mean, he has paralyzer missiles in his movie. It makes sense. Like,
It costs 4. It costs 4. Like, I mean, 4's a lot, right?
I mean, it's the same cooldown as Kamen Riders, or
It's 40,
close
it's
to it.
full.
It's just 1 energy more, and it slows for 10 seconds.
4
Does
versus
it also
2.
do more
it's-
damage?
It's
Oh,
two.
there's 2 more. I don't know how much Kamen Riders does. My Super
they're-
MechaGodzilla is 15, and he does 747. My Kamen Rider is 16, and
They are
he
the
is
same.
doing 1,000.
So Kamen Rider does more damage overall, but and costs 2 less, and they have the same exact.
Oh, but you know what?
cooldown.
Kamen Rider only hits in a circle for
Yeah,
his
I was about to
damage.
say that,
MechaGodzilla
yeah.
hits the whole
His
field.
Also,
Yeah.
there was a
And he doesn't avoid the damage.
thing could actually avoid the absolute zero cannon, which it cannot.
Yes, that's also
yeah.
True.
I still think that he's like at the top of the meta. He's like
Oh,
easily a top
absolutely.
3 leader
The range
for sure.
he
I
he
agree.
has is
The
incredible.
range is phenomenal. The slow, the stun, the range is
Leader
so good.
himself, Leader himself is so good. It's really good. But and
Yes.
that ability is really good too. But you got to be really careful with that.
He's
And
a
I
great
think-
leader with a great ability. It could be a little bit better, but I think like then he would just be absolutely busted.
And even now, you're only going to start seeing more appear because more people are starting to get more levels for him.
Because we are moving into now this tier list like really recent units that are a little under leveled for most people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What's this?
Yeah,
What is this
I mean
next
that's
guy?
true, and that's the way it's going to be. But I mean, yeah, it's like
I still think overall he's gonna be a better leader, but one of the best.
When you ever see SMG leader, like we just don't see him.
I use him.
I mean, once we see
That's
him work,
that's my default leader that I've been using to play with him, but I haven't been doing it this season because I was wanting the wins with Godzilla.
nice. And this season's been like why not use anything else?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
These four units that came out, like we could talk about that all night. These
Yeah.
4 units that came out, man, dude,
Cracked.
these 4 units that came out are freaking insane.
Oh my god.
You know what unit isn't insane? Godzilla -1.
Whoa.
What?
No, whoa.
I just saw a comment in the chat saying -1 lead is solid, and I'm like, why would you do anything other than use him as a unit? Like,
Well, his ability is the heat ray with the energy cost of 4.
Leader ability has one shot like my entire push on.
We
Yeah.
gotta.
Oh, let me read you the ability. Let me read you the
I
ability.
have to say,
let's read it,
him
let's read
as
it,
a
let's read
leader.
it.
I'm muting him. I'm kidding. The energy cost on -1 is 4. Its cooldown is 180 seconds.
Damn.
So that is absolute zero
Okay.
cannon levels of cooldown. It it steals 20% of the current HP of the enemy leader unit and 80% from other units in a circular zone and deals an additional X amount of damage. So you're taking 80% health from all the units, from all the units, and then you're nuking them with an extra 500, which that could kill most things, and then you take 20% of the leader's health, regardless of if they're in that circle or not.
It's basically a better GMK, I guess.
Yeah.
It is a targeted GMK without the damage to self.
And that leader ability, that nuke, because it does 80% of the damage and that flat extra X amount of damage depending on what level
It's
you
killing
have
a
it,
lot.
that will kill most units.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have to be in that zone.
yeah.
Which,
I mean, it's a pretty
if
decent
you're-
sized zone.
It
It's
is
pretty
pretty
easy
big.
to predict that zone. It's pretty easy
Yeah.
to predict that zone.
I-
Not to mention,
I'm not-
if you have Dimension Tide, that's kind of like a guarantee in the push.
Yeah.
I'm not
I think it's
super
good on Hollow
convinced.
Earth to run as a leader. I think on Hollow Earth you run as a leader with maybe like a Genza on your team as well. I mean, you got that whole middle
Yeah.
He is
done. Like,
he
that
is
whole
one of
middle is
those units
screwed, man.
that's like his ability is good, but I would prefer to use him as a unit.
It's
Yeah.
But on Hollow
Yeah,
Earth, like
I
you
ran
just
him
said,
as-
that is
London,
pretty good.
Tokyo, any map. Yeah.
I ran him as a leader for about 2 seasons, and I got really used to him. He's a great
Yeah, I used him
leader,
during the season.
but I'd say
I thought
he's
he was
probably
great.
better at the unit on like London or something.
I put him in the
Yeah.
top of solid.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, top of solid.
Yeah. I'm not convinced he's
Just
any much
melee
better
kinda-
than that, because
yeah,
anytime I see a -1 leader, I'm just kind of like, oh, great, that means you don't have one in the rest of your deck, and that means I
There's
can
not one in the water.
I could just get to you and like fast. I don't have to deal with the water, but yeah.
I like the fact that his leader ability is kind of just like a controlled Ginza blast.
Yeah.
I do really like that.
I like that one as well. Now I got the next one up, 99. This is your time to shine.
Oh,
Orga,
man. Got
shoulder
Orga, right?
cannon. Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 150 seconds. Deals X amount of damage and knockback in a straight line, and restores the leader's HP by 30% of its maximum HP. His cards are green, 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 yellow, and
think
he
we're
has
ahead.
the reach and range of 79.
I've never
I
had a
think we
worse
go
time
ahead and
being
put him at the bottom of bad.
Do it. Let's do it. I'm playing.
Okay, to be fair though, he can't be absolute zero cannon though.
Yes, he can counter the absolute zero cannon.
Okay.
That knockback is great if you're ever in a pinch. I mean, it's always great to have that. It's almost on. It's like better than MG93's one, in my opinion.
He
I
also
agree.
heals.
Definitely
also
like the
heals
green
himself.
cards. I love the plethora of green cards because those are the best cards right now, in my opinion. The Biollante, the SpaceGodzilla one. I mean, there's just
Yeah,
too
you're
many
boosting a
green
lot of
cards
really
that
good
are
units
great.
with those.
Yeah, like I think I used it. I was messing around with it, and I think my HP boost was like at level 12 or something like that. It was like level 13 or something. It was pretty crazy. The attack wasn't just there yet because obviously
Yeah. It's boosting the
there's
health
no
on those
red,
cards.
But the health is insane, and the yellow cards, the alien looking ones, they're really
Mhm.
good for damage. So you can
Yeah,
get
there's a few
that
really good
attack in
ones.
there with those. Yeah, I think Orga is a solid leader. for sure.
I think he's
it's
pretty
not
solid.
great. I think it's better on the field personally, but definitely a solid leader.
I agree. I think he's better on the field. I think his cooldown is too long, but I think his saving grace is that he's immune to absolute zero cannon.
Yeah, that 30%.
Not
heal
immune,
is
but he
incredible.
heals himself before the trains can kill him.
Yeah. That 30% is really like his saving grace.
I don't know. His leader attack name is pretty shit, but no, I'm kidding.
Shoulder cannon.
Shoulder cannon.
It's a little boring.
Okay, to be fair, every Godzilla has like what, heat ray?
Heat ray.
Yeah, but that's more unique than shoulder cannon.
I'll
No,
never
he re-
forgive
no,
Toho
the-
for trying to
the
erase
eighth-
atomic breath from existence.
After the
Yeah, I
8th
know,
heat
right?
ray, I want to die. So
Shoulder heat ray.
Shoulder spiral cannon.
atomic shoulder spiral heat ray cannon.
Breath.
0.
Kill.
Slice it.
All right, I got
kinda
another
wish
leader for
that-
you.
Yeah, we go to Mogai.
Oh, hold on. What is your final
I
thought?
was gonna say I kind of wish that Orga kind of had like had regen for maybe the team as well. I think that would have been pretty cool. Like in like a
Oh,
general
like a
area.
10% or something for the team.
Yeah, yeah, because it's a very selfish leader. I mean,
So-
Orga is a very selfish unit. Let's be honest.
So
but
Mecha-Godzilla
it's
74
very-
then.
Yeah, but that guy's listening forward does the defense up. So I mean, you can run either or, but the knockback that Orga does is amazing, and it's a pretty large.
Yeah, his knockback is crazy. I think his knockback might be better than Gamera. It feels like it just launches them way further.
You know, if they took his ability
yeah.
from
Damage.
and just gave like replace his special with like a slow regen that just happens throughout the battle, that would be pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be awful.
All right, I got the next one for you. We got Mogera, 1994.
The Mogger.
All,
Mogera.
The best unit.
all weapon
the best
attack.
unit.
Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 100 seconds. Deals X amount of damage and 140% of damage taken for 20 seconds to enemy units within a circular zone. Cooldown. I said cooldown is 100. I don't know why I'm reading that again. His cards are green, blue, blue, yellow.
How long is his cooldown time?
100
seconds.
His search range and reach are 85. His attack speed is 1.9.
Pretty solid.
I mean, so he ups his defense, right?
No,
Which is pretty good. Oh,
he doesn't. He just downs enemies' defense.
Yeah.
I see. I misread it.
So he was
The
good against
ability
Thousand
is
Year
not
Dragon.
like written right. It says deals X damage and 140% of damage taken. It says and damage taken. It's the way that they're wording it is a little weird, but he reduces. He makes it. What is it? They take more damage. They take 40% more damage for 20 seconds.
He's anti himself and Thousand Year
Yeah.
Dragon, which is
Only-
so funny.
Only if they're in that circle, though. And you can,
Yeah.
it has a really good range on that circle, but it's not. I don't think it's super great. He's just solid. I think.
I think it's kind of weird how long the actual attack animation is, because I've seen people get caught out on that a couple times.
Yeah, it is. It does take a little while, but then he also has a really fast just attack speed in general, which is good because if you hit a push with that ability and then he uses his he's gonna hit a push, they're gonna take 40% more damage, and then he's gonna hit them once every 1.9 seconds. It's pretty good because he's gonna be able to capitalize on that 20-second defense down.
Yeah.
But he is
Yeah.
single target.
Argue there.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't-
solid.
Yeah,
I would
no,
rather
he
run
is.
him on the field, but it's solid.
I would
Mid-
rather run him
solid.
on the field.
And he does have a higher range than most. So like if you can hit it from further out, you can like wipe them out a bit before they get close to you. So like, yeah, pretty solid.
It's freaking garbage, but you know. I don't know.
No, I got
It's
I
pretty
got one
bad,
for you.
but-
I got one for you that's garbage.
1,000-Year
Dragon
Oh.
King Ghidorah 2001. Big spark ball. Energy cost is 3. Cooldown is 100 seconds. It deals X amount of damage and then stuns for 5 seconds to enemies in a circular zone. His cards are 2 red, a blue, and a yellow. This is dog water.
Dog. No, it's a
What do you mean?
5
It's the
second stun.
most
It's-
peak meta
dude,
unit ever
It's
introduced.
not that bad. That was
It's a
actually
5-second
not that
stun
bad.
and like a 2x2 ball. Like
I
it
mean,
literally
how
covers
big is
maybe
your-
5 blocks in every direction.
I mean,
Not
it's
less than that.
just
3x2.
saying, I mean, it's better than most of the freaking leaders we've been talking about. Ain't gonna lie about that.
They
I-
should
he
have
has-
let you aim anywhere on the map. Then he would have
If
been awesome.
Yeah, if you could throw this anywhere on the map, That would be pretty good. I think he's probably just somewhere in like the solid tier, like maybe above Mogera because he has a really long stun.
Multi-attack for 3 different targets, or is it only a single attack as lead?
I believe it's multi still.
I think it's multi.
Yeah. It is still multi, yeah.
I think what would make the ability a lot better, you know, along with being able to target wherever, is just wherever the ball hits, like on its way to its destination, if an enemy unit is caught in that, it just gets stunned anyway.
Yep.
That would be good too.
Yeah, I think that would be
tiny
good.
2x2 block.
Yeah,
I mean,
the size of it is not great.
Yeah, and the other thing we have to think about, like, think of other stunning leader abilities, like, and what he has to compete with, and it's just like,
It's a little simple.
Godzilla who slows, Kamen Rider who's immune for a second.
I think he probably would have been meta like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 years ago, he would have freaking controlled.
He would have tore it up.
You ain't lying about that. Yeah, he would have. You ain't lying about that.
All right, I got another character for you. We're on our last 2 characters as leaders. Unless I missed someone, but I don't think I did.
I was looking through it. You haven't yet.
Thank God.
You forgot Super X leader.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
You forgot kids leader,
Bomber.
So
you forgot the helicopter leader.
Oh, the when they had the airbase leader, I'm quitting.
Missile strike leader.
U-54 isn't a leader.
I'm surprised U-54 is not a leader.
We got Godzilla 2003. He's got, guess the name of his ability.
It's Heat Ray.
It's Heat Ray.
No way.
Energy cost is 2. Cooldown is 90 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a fan-shaped area and changes his normal attack from a melee attack to a heat ray attack for 20 seconds. The heat ray attack deals damage and knocks back enemy units in a straight line. His cards are red, 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 yellow.
Wow. Dude, that's actually
his reach is 70-70.
Hey, yeah, no, dude, like that knockback has actually messed me up before.
I don't hate it.
It's something.
No, this is a decent ability. This is a pretty... It's a very defensive ability.
I think if Kong Beast Glove wasn't in the meta right now,
we
would see a lot more 2003s running around.
Why?
I agree.
Or stationary around.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie though, those 3 red cards.
Well,
I mean,
with
that's
Kong,
to crank up the attack with the red cards, kind of
He
crazy.
immediately jumps back on him.
Because leaders are now more than just their ability. Now they have. Now you have to actually think about what you're using. So
you could do the yellow card that reduces the leader ability.
Yeah.
So this will become what 87 seconds or something like that, and then you have 3 red cards that just juice this motherfucker up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were so close with him, except for that stupid animation. Once you use the ability, it takes like 5 of the 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stupid roar.
Yeah. That is a big detriment. I have him in like the top of solid tier. I think that he could be great if the ability, like the animation was a little bit different, but I think the ability overall is like halfway decent.
I think Kong is better.
I've fought.
You think Kong is better?
And when they use the ability, and I kill them while they're roaring, while he's in the middle of roaring.
Yeah, I've done it too.
It leaves, you know what? He suffers from the Evangelion syndrome where it just leaves him open.
Yeah.
It just leaves him open.
I think his ability is just too narrow.
Oh, it's
I hear the yawns, but this is the last leader of the night, you guys. So just hold on.
All right, let's
Sorry,
get going with the copy.
That's not my. I'm sorry.
Godzilla Evolved 2024. Guess what his ability's called?
I'm tired of this.
Heat Ray.
No way.
Energy cost is 3. Cooldown is 120 seconds. It deals X amount of damage in a fan-shaped area and generates 2 energy for each enemy unit defeated by the special attack. He has 2 red and 2 blue cards. He is maybe one of the best leaders that we have. Period.
He's great.
He's so good.
He's
so good.
He's
What
disgusting.
What is X?
Okay, so my Godzilla Evolved is level 25, rented.
Mine's 26.
His, okay,
21.
okay. Alright, it's not a competition.
Unit.
At level 25, the damage his leader ability is doing is 3,189.
It's so dumb. It's
He-
so dumb.
You
So
just have to, like, you don't even have to win a push. You just have to get their guys below 50% health. Not even. Below, like, 70% health. Let them approach you. You dump your hand for all but 3 energy. Nuke their whole push. And then you just dump your hand again. And you have everything in your deck on the board.
A single
I
comic
will add real
Literally
quickly.
actor.
At level 40, his leader ability does 3,678 damage. That is like an instant kill to everything in the game.
Like Sir Melee literally just said that.
But yeah.
Oh, that makes me want to cry.
It
It's
does.
so
Just at
good.
level 40, it's so much more powerful.
It's so good. It is so
I mean,
crazy.
It's his ability. He got 85 range. His damage is super good. His attack speed is 3.1.
You can stun lock
He's
it.
also the strongest leader when you count his damage. He does what, 1,200 points of damage?
Yo, what's up, Admin?
Oh, there's Admin. What's going on?
Hey,
Hey, what's
He
up,
joined
man?
for the last
We love
one.
admin.
Oh, I love you
No,
guys.
this guy is this guy's crazy. Godzilla
We love
2024
admin.
is peak. This is also we love Admin.
If it wasn't for that stupid bug, that just is annoying. It'll cost
Oh,
you the damn
yeah.
game.
Yeah. Ugh.
Even without, if just pretend like that bug doesn't exist for right now.
What is it?
He like won't do the thing. He like won't
Yeah,
do his
just
ability.
not use his leader abilities randomly.
I see.
Yeah. But
Don't
once
sometimes
that's
guns
fixed, once
also
that's fixed,
interfere with him.
who
What are you
does?
guys talking about? The not
Don't
using
stuns also
leader
stop
ability?
his ability if he's like mid
I
ability?
think so.
What he's talking about.
If he's stun locked?
No, just like sometimes if like he'll just not like the animation just won't go. You'll eat up your energy.
Oh.
and
Yeah,
it
no,
won't
you.
even-
I've had that happen to me a few
I
times.
had that happen to me in All Star Battle, so you're
Yeah,
right.
it
That
happened
happened to
to
me
me
in
in
All
All-Star
Star
Battle.
Battle.
That's because you die. Like whenever you die, like it doesn't go off because it takes.
No,
it's got-
I've had this
would've
happen
won-
in arena. I've had this happen
Yeah.
in arena where I'm about like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wipe their push, and then nothing happens and I die.
Yeah, is that like
Yeah, they need to
no,
fix that.
no. See, like, okay, so you know, like old people, like they say, "Oh, I fell and I break my hip." Like, no, they broke their hip and that's why they fell. Like, you died, that's why it didn't go off because it
I've had it not go off on
No,
70% of my health.
Yeah, no, I've had it
doesn't
go off at, like,
instantly. It doesn't go
It
off
didn't go
instantly.
off.
It's got a cooldown. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
go
but
off
I
instantly.
have used it and then watched him gear up for the ability and then just go straight back down to his normal attacking position like nothing had ever happened. He just doesn't do
he
anything.
like hurt his spine, so he
Yeah,
had to go
like
down.
it looks like he's yawning and then he goes, "Oh, my back," and he immediately hunches back over.
And because of that, then the enemies kill me after because my health is already
No,
high enough I
because
would have
you're
survived.
You're already dead. Like, I mean, I don't know.
It could be
No,
it could be
you're already
it could be a
dead.
stun, it
I've
could just
done
be a
it when I've
bug,
been
but
full life and the pushes
Yeah.
come near me and I pop the
Yeah,
leader
man.
ability and it's
That's what
like
it is.
he's taking a shit.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
like when
exactly.
it comes to stuns, when it comes to stuns,
I think
like, when you're
outside
using
of the
leader
bug,
ability, you
Mhm.
can't.
He's
you
a
can't-
great
you
unit
can't stun.
because
I
that
think-
leader
yeah.
ability
You can't
is so
stun
powerful.
a leader ability. A leader ability can't be stunned through.
Yeah.
Once you use a leader ability, you can't stun it. Like it's done. Like once you use the ability, it's gonna happen.
but
It's
I
not
I
that
feel like this
play
has even
All-Star
happened
Battle.
without being stunned.
Yeah.
not
Like I
with
feel like
G24.
it has just happened.
No, it's just a bug with G24. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've
obnoxious.
seen it like in the Facebook group too. People talk about it, like all
a
the
lot of
time.
people on Reddit
Like
have
the
been talking
ultimate,
about
like
it, yeah.
someone call an ambulance, but not.
Well,
for
the
me.
people on Reddit deserve it though.
Don't we all?
Hey, I represent that comment.
You. All,
I think he's easily
It's
I think he's
wind-up.
easily
It
a top
has
three.
wind-up, It has a wind up. It has a wind up, and if you die before that wind up happens, you die, and that's the.
But Pans, you can do a wind up and have full life because here comes a push and you just release your enemy, your units. You're gonna blast their units, and all of a sudden he just stops right in the middle of the animation.
I have like
Yeah,
600
you
I have like
definitely do
600
that.
wins with him this season, and I think I've seen this happen like 5
Right
times.
about it.
I've had it
Right
happen to
about
me
it.
like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, and I got him to 500. It's
Mhm.
dumb.
I
Yeah,
love that
it's
he gains 2 energy for each enemy he kills. That can like
It's
immediately
phenomenal.
fill your
Yeah.
bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't
He
even have
is
to be units
the-
either. It could be like crystals, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello
Space
Gauss.
Godzilla's
Thank you for
crystals.
recharging my entire meter.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
I love how we
Yeah,
all
I mean,
like.
when somebody sends cam swarm at you, I'm thinking, why are you swimming a cam swarm at me when you know I'm gonna chew them up and send a whole two pushes at you?
Yeah, like
you
probably
dump
your hand, hit the
easily
ability,
one
and
of the
dump your
best
hand again.
leaders. It's probably one of the easily the best leaders. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it.
Yep. I
100%.
think going forward,
He's the, what, the
even
fourth-
post this
fourth best
season,
range unit?
yeah, even post this
85.
season, you're still gonna see a lot of G24s.
I agree. The
Yeah.
ability is just so good. The
Yeah.
ability is so
Yeah,
good.
I
His
got mine at
range,
25,
his reach is
26,
85 for reach and range. Like that's already better than most leaders. Period.
Didn't
he's got
Mothra
the
say
ability-
people are using him in fixed too?
Yep.
All we need is, you know, blue cards to become meta finally. That's all
Oh.
we need.
Yep. Because he's kind of dead in the water with his 2 blues, but you can juice him up with 2 reds.
I love how this specific character
Two blue. I don't use blues.
we all agree that is really good, and then we're all just arguing with Pans about whether or not a bug exists rather than talking about it.
Man, it's good. What the? Why
Pans
are
just
we
need to
arguing?
get off Kamen Rider's dick for like 2 minutes.
You love Kamen Rider's dick. I will suck Kamen Rider's dick all night long. Yo, we know their leader.
Alright, somebody's gonna
freaking
clip
awesome.
that shit.
Oh shit. Yo,
Get on it. Dino X's,
Yo.
get on it.
dude.
So wait,
yo,
wait.
dude.
Y'all heard about
It's already a thing. It's already a thing. Yo, Kamen Rider, dude. Dude, a 3-second stunt worldwide. Come on. How can I be the only person that sees this?
We all
Nobody's
think
arguing
Kamen Rider
with
is
you.
good. No one's fighting you. Pans, we're on your side. We agree.
The only thing we fought you about. The only thing we fought you about is whether or not G24 has a bug or not. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I just want to suck Kamen Rider off, I guess.
Okay, I do have a question for you guys.
We'll
Do
do
you
that after the
think
stream.
any leader going
Is
forward
that
that has
TS?
the generates X energy from killing units, do you think that will be a meta
Yes.
leader going
Eventually,
forward,
yeah.
regardless of
No,
who it is?
no, I changed my mind. No. You know what matters? They can have their leader ability, say, generate X amount of energy on kill. It doesn't matter if that's in there or not. It matters how much damage that ability is doing. Can that ability secure
True.
a kill? The
Fair
G24 ability has a short range, but it is very good because it covers like 50% of his side of the field, maybe a little less, like 45 or 40%, but it deals a humongous amount of
4K,
damage.
it's like
Yeah, it
4K.
deals like 4,000 damage. It's going to
it's
instantly
okay.
kill most things there that are 70% health or under. But you could have that.
Yeah.
If you
fear
put
the
that at,
day- I fear the day that we get a leader unit whose ability buffs like all units, like damage, and then on kill whoever they kill, the leader gets energy back.
That would be.
That's
I
coming one
really-
day.
I really want a
guarantee it.
leader that will, if you kill an enemy with the leader ability, the enemy joins your team for like 20 seconds. Like a
units?
third
Oh my
party.
goodness, we need that back.
And
We
then it
need
goes
that back
away.
So bad.
That's peak right there.
I've never dealt with
That
third
was
party.
peak
You
battle
say
line.
that till like a level 30 Earth is marching my way, and I send it back in your direction, bro.
Like only if you
Just
kill
play
the
ping
Earth,
pong,
only
play
if you
ping
kill the
pong with
Earth, it
units.
would like join your side for like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah, I miss third forces.
I miss third forces. They
I
really
put
need
new
to bring
breeze
that back.
into them to return.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like 2 years after, like a year and a half, a third force was
Mhm.
removed. It like got glitched back into the game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
That's
remember
right.
that. Where people were able to get the
they
third
still have
forces
the
to show up
toolset
again.
for it
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, they
loading
do.
screens.
It was whenever they brought back the singular point map, like very briefly for whatever reason, the third forces all randomly started showing up.
Yep, and it was always like Rodan at level 1.
Yeah.
If they bring that back, they just got to have it scaled to whatever like arena you're in, like champion.
They should just have it as an option to toggle on and off for fixed.
At least for friend, yeah. at
Or
least
for
friend
friends.
for
matches,
fixed, for
something.
fixed definitely, and for friend battles. That would be so fun.
Good incentive
Should've
with
done
the
that for
friends
the
list.
tournament. I needed it.
Everyone,
But,
right up Toho right now. Demand they add it back.
On it.
It is a little late, and we are now done
No, it's not.
with the tier
Melee.
list.
You can go all night.
No, I have to go get food. I'm hungry. I'm just a little boy.
You can eat, you can eat on stream, bro. We don't got.
I gotta go get the damn food.
Rub.
Yo, I will DoorDash it to you right now.
I will DoorDash you Chick-fil-A right now.
Bro,
Just
save
trying
the
to dox
Chick-fil-A
you,
for
don't do it.
G-Fest. Save the Chick-fil-A for G-Fest.
I
Trying to
will do.
dox you,
Will
don't
do.
do it.
But alright, guys, that is what I got for you today. For everybody. You guys in the chat, you can feel stick around for a little bit, but I'm gonna end the stream. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will catch
you
you
for
all
having
on
us.
the next one.
Yeah,
Oh,
bye-bye.
you're welcome anytime.
Thank you, Melee.
Bye bye.
Bye.